Stardate 55857. A surviving clone of Fleet Captain Grennan has been heard requesting for help in the Cooley system, the capital of the Quaqua Principality. With a pending order of recall back to the Shosku system, Tiger Squadron has limited time to find and secure the cloned Grennan, or, if unable to secure, to do whatever is necessary to prevent the recapture of such a high value intelligence asset. But first, we look to one poor soul out in the middle of space, fleeing for his life.
Yay!
Some distance away from the Cooley system, you find that you're being pursued and chased by fighters of various ships of the Quaqua Principality.
Yeah, that's about right.
And I presume your intended course was to head toward
Yeah.
Federation space? All right. So you know that this that pace wise you're going to be find somewhere to
Yeah.
or three directions you could reasonably get to and try to make some plans. One is toward Galactic Center, which is not toward Federation space, but at least it's not deeper into
Quaqua territory.
Quaqua territory. Then there's Galactic West. I can't remember my words anymore. Or left, as it were, toward space. So there are two directions you can go. According to the computer, there's a main trade lane that goes what amounts to northwest as opposed to southwest. So a left or a right. But both those are still in Quaqua territory, but you can possibly find somewhere to stash yourself.
I'm thinking of going north and to the west, because that is the opposite of the sane normal choice.
All
AKA,
right.
they are less likely to look for me there.
I think you might want to ask first if they have a good sensor lock on you already.
Dude, yeah, what's the... Well, I have to escape them one way or the other.
First, to figure out where you're going, give me Reason Con difficulty 2, assisted by Computers Con of your suit. And to partially answer the question from before, they can kind of see him on sensors. This is trying to find some new ground to either find a planet or some anomaly to hopefully get away from them, or break line of sight so you can actually stop for a second and not be shot at anymore.
Hang on a sec. Roll 20 crapped on me. Here we go. Main characters on load. What am I rolling again when it loads?
It'll say in the chat, but Reason Con difficulty 2, assisted by Computers Con.
Ooh. I might want to give a threat for that. My Reason Con, if I recall correctly, isn't the greatest.
Your Reason Con.
If it would just load.
Yeah, your Reason Con is a 12 total.
Okay, I mean...
Do you want me to roll that for you while you're loading?
Yeah. I'm giving a threat.
All right.
Third die, I have no focus.
Hey, you hit it.
And And I'll grab his ship, because I don't think you guys can see the ship.
No.
No.
Or at least I can't.
Computers con. Nope.
Things are actually kind. Are we still supposed to be on the main title page?
We're not on the main title page.
Oh,
Yep.
then things really aren't loading for me correctly. Wait. Oh, that's weird. Because it forced me out again.
Didn't load you back in as a GM.
Yes, it did.
Bloody Grennan.
Well,
I don't know. I'm willing to blame this one on Roll20 being weird sometimes.
I mean, you might be willing to, but is it fun to?
okay, I can now. Map is starting to load for me. I see a lot of blue hexes and a big white space. Awesome. I just love this. Oh, okay, now my journal is loading. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a lot of fighters. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I made that roll. Now what?
Your computer gave you a readout about the destination you're heading toward, using Pedro standardized notation. Because in the computer, it knows where you're going, or where you're trying to tell it to go.
Okay, what's out that way?
Private message you.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Yeah.
Load. Go back to Discord. Ah, yes. Letters and numbers. Awesome.
For I would say a momentum spend, but for a threat spend, you can have some of that translated to you. Either the numbers, the center letters, or those letters to the right. As you're kind of having to spend some time thinking about it, because you do have you have some implanted memories about what that means, but you're kind of, because you're proper Grennan now, you're now thinking Starfleet terms, not Quaqua naval terms. But
Right.
you have the information. It's just kind of just on the tip of your tongue. You kind of have to focus on it.
Yeah. I will spend a threat for the info on the right.
Star System has a gas giant.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in the wrong part of my notes. There we go. It's a low population star system of less than 10,000 in the entire system. So most of the locals are military, merchants, research personnel. So not a large population in the area.
Okay.
And the hell does that mean?
Oh, that's a good sign.
Oh, it's in the thing. And there is an asteroid field in that system.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think I might have to go for the planet, because that's... I'm not going to be able to... I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it up for too much longer. Or no, maybe the asteroid field might be the better play.
Asteroid field probably constrains the fighters more than it constrains you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell confirm to the computer that's where you want to go?
Yep.
As you start flying out that way, now you have to try to shake these people off of you while you're heading that way, and hopefully be able to dart into the asteroid field in that area.
Fantastic.
Well, actually, you're not breaking line of sight right now. It's just you trying to juke them so they don't realize where you're headed, so you might get a little more distance, which will make your next check easier. So this is control plus con posed, assisted by your ship's engines plus con.
I guess I might as well give you another threat. You said control con?
Yep.
Yeah. Ugh, it sucks. Oh, I rolled reason con accidentally. It doesn't matter. That was still shit. Oh no, that's no successes.
Oh, so your ship doesn't help at all.
Yeah. I'm not roll. This is the problem with this setup. There's not a. I'm not built for this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that came out here.
Yeah,
well, not you, but you.
Let's not get into that.
I mean, well, you try your best to flee from them, but there is a lot of fighters, and as you stated, you're not exactly a mecha pilot. Hell, you're not even you haven't had to do shuttle duty since you were an ensign. So,
shit.
And we'll resettle the map here a bit as you begin entering the star system. It's this. You were gonna say, Pen?
I mean, it's as if Grennan is doing the thing Pen was kind of designed for. Go to an enemy planet, make trouble, and try and fly away.
Yeah. It's almost like all of my exos are designed for this kind of thing, and I'm not. I wonder why that is.
Oh, you better start fucking learning.
Oh, I'm doing this the hard way because you're not heading toward the planet, so I don't care as much about it. Oh. You're down here. Do not take the image of that planet with too much weight, because you haven't looked into. Your computer isn't telling you anything specific other than it's a planet. Because you haven't really looked at, because you don't understand what the computer's telling you. You've looked into what the other thing's telling you. You know there's a gas giant, so you're gonna see one of those.
Well, we'll get it when Roll20 eventually loads. I'm sorry. It is actually not Roll20. It is just my internet connection is shitty. So I don't actually see the map.
I'm loading the map in anyway, so. Because I have to draw it, because I didn't know exactly what direction you were going to juke.
You jinked.
Appears to be a Class 3 asteroid field. So rather dense and difficult to move around if you're not supposed to be there. Because usually they have like little nav buoys to help people move through it. It's the other way.
Great.
But on top of all that, just to make your life extra interesting, it gets better.
Better?
But wait, there's
Wow.
I don't like this.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted. You guys.
But you're getting more. More is always better, right?
Sensors indicate that over the primary planet that isn't a gas giant, there is some sort of space dock.
Okay.
As well as a Lagnum class cruise carrier.
Oh, great. Awesome.
So yeah, you're flying into the system. There is a Jovian class on the outside of the asteroid field. There's a class 3 asteroid field between you and the inner system. And the inner system has the starport and the cruiser. The carrier, rather. You basically have one shot to get into that asteroid field before those fighters start calling out to the base and the carrier to turn around and help them.
What's it gonna take to get me into that asteroid field?
Well, daring plus con, difficulty 5, assisted by engines plus con.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I disagree. It's quite easy to get in there. The difficulty is surviving.
Getting in there and surviving, and then not finding out where you ducked into. Because if they're like right on top of you, it's gonna be like, haha, I'm standing on this asteroid. They can see you. They can wave. He's here.
Actually, so I have a thought. So for this Grennan, I had to cross out trust in my crew as a value. And I'll have given him the new one, fend for myself. Because currently he boys all on his own. Could I spend a determination towards that value?
You certainly could.
Awesome. I will then also give you another. I'm gonna have to say 5 threat. Because you said it's daring con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I only need 3 hits. I got 3 hits. Someone roll the
Congrats.
Oh. How much threat does the game master have now? A lot.
Sitting at 20.
I bet. Oh god. Ugh.
You fly the suit into the asteroid field at breakneck pace because you need, and to the
Hang
point
on,
that you're actually even letting your polarized blade of armor take hits as you're going in.
I also have to roll Engines Con, right?
Just did.
Oh, you did? I didn't
Yep.
see it. No momentum?
No. Fortunately not.
Yay. Because why would I need why would any of us need momentum?
And by the time the fighters have started advancing, they have to slow way down because there's a safe way as they start getting safety warnings from the base about how to safely enter the field. And your suit just kind of rockets in, being smashed around until eventually it ducks into the field and kind of you stop, land on your feet, attach yourself to the rock with like little grappler cables, and you shut everything off and disappear. And as long as no one visually looks for you, you're fine. And now you have to hope and pray they give up before your life support gives out.
Yay.
Otherwise, you have to fight your way back out of here. But for now, they're not shooting at you. Is there anything you wish to do before you shut off your power and wait out the storm?
Let me see. I don't have anything right now. Anyone else have any thoughts on anything I should do?
Not really.
Maybe
Right?
Yeah.
fire off some form of beacon, just for a
No.
moment.
No.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think I'm good.
We cut back to the Kismet elsewhere in the galaxy.
Oh, joy.
You had asked Star Captain Koshi, or rather, you guys had asked Star Captain Koshi and Star Officer Steimer to wait in the conference room after your talk with the Vice Admiral.
Yep.
I believe you asked Fleet Captain Grennan to go to Med Bay and get treated. Like he didn't come with you to meet them.
He was going to get checked over. As much as I'd like to trust Adler, I don't. I think that's a fair opinion to take on that.
Yeah.
And they were taking the time to consider exactly what the situation might mean and what we could do about it.
Sir, you walk in and see Koshi speaking with Steimer. Steimer at attention, kind of resting easily, like at a relaxed attention, if you will. The Star Captain kind of lounging in her chair, chatting about ship business and what's Steimer's opinions on Starfleet security protocols. Just normal conversation for such officers. She looks over when you step through the door. Lieutenant Commander.
Star Captain. Star Officer. Sorry for that interruption. When the Admiralty calls, you tend to have to answer.
Understandable. So now that your captain is back in your care, what are you intending to do?
The original copy of the Captain, or original version of the Captain, is in our custody and care. However, it would seem that a clone is not, and that would be a clone with knowledge that we would rather not be out there. Similar to if someone cloned you with all of your mental faculties and knowledge and tried to hide them somewhere else. Say with the Chigo.
So an extermination order has been called upon you then.
That might be a Quaqua response to it. The Federation would have us attempt reclamation. That sounds like too strong of a word. To get them alive. To
I
find
believe
them.
the Woohoo would call them a rescue mission.
Yes.
Extraction mission, if they wish to be particularly posh about it. The Sniper kind of grins at that, like that's a funny joke at Woohoo expense.
Because they value people more. Anyway. I would ask what your actions might be from this point forward, and exactly how the Quaqua might view a clone. Because I am not one that is familiar with that.
Well, my intentions, now that my assigned task is completed, I haven't been recalled back to Cooley. I've been left to my original mission directive. So that would mean me returning to the Leluri system to assist the Baron with his security. Although I do notice that I wasn't specifically asked to continue investigating the Iwakso insurrectionists that were on Peugeot, since that has been left to someone else's authority. My ties to your squadron are known, so they're. But I am high enough in esteem that I am not being summoned at court. I'm merely being redeployed to my original position. So, as for this rescue of yours, I will not be taking part. As for clones, there is no dictate of the throne against cloning technology. It's a thing usually reserved for nobility. It is meant to preserve lineages from possible accidents or madness of the stars. Very expensive process within Quaqua space, and actually not even a Quaqua technology. It's based off of the Awuxo replicating technologies. Well, Awuxo replicating as opposed to Federation replicating. She waves her hand. I recognize that I've been told by your officer that your translator doesn't necessarily catch the nuances of words sometimes, and that is one of them. As we don't share the inexpensive cornucopia machine that is your replicator. The Awuxo is very material and energy intensive. The only one that's slightly better is the Chigoan one, and I've been told from intelligence that theirs has a built-in failure system, a fuel that yours does not. Which I believe they stole it from you. Sorry, procured. She grins at Steimer. Steimer kind of grimaces, like Steimer doesn't seem a huge fan of the Chigoans, and Koshi's just trying to be lighthearted about an enemy of the prince.
That does sound appropriate and exactly what's happened as far as what we found recently. Anyway, so far as if you're returning to the Lariru system, the Kismet is heading in the same direction, if you would like a I don't know the term. Was it
Warp toe?
warp toe?
I'll certainly take a faster route back to my duty. Might even get a pay bump for it. Although you've given me rides so often, I think they're going to start getting wise to it and stop giving me such a reward.
Why, it's a result of your cunning mind and diplomatic actions. Surely that should be rewarded, no?
Well, that's what I've been saying so far, but that eventually they're going to clue in. But Baron, the men don't understand the stars as well as us women do, so can't help it. I mean, I couldn't talk to you one whit about the particulars of their clumsy mobile armors.
I could. But then again, I was nuked in one.
I do still apologize for that. The officers in question were soundly punished,
Oh,
and their families as well. I mean, they were deploying nuclear arms. That's a terrible offense.
oh. I was going to say it just makes a good story to sound about surviving. Anyway, if you wish to return to your ship, I can have the transporters stand ready to do so.
Very well. I will take your offer.
Oh, and we should return what was Fleet Captain Grennan's support staff aboard the Lyra to the Kismet.
Oh, yes, of course.
I will say thank you both for helping in this matter. It was definitely made far easier by that. As strange as it all was.
Merely doing our duty. I wouldn't take too much credit for it.
I think we both know people can take doing their duty a little too laxly.
I suppose outside of the Star Navy, that is a problem that occurs from time to time. She stands out of her chair and begins walking out the door, or begins walking toward the door to leave.
You know, she's still a captain, so some. Back out onto the bridge myself because there's things to be done. Yay, I'm in charge. This sucks.
So, we're left with the wider problem of finding out where he is. And we know where you guys are. So, this is a subsector map of what is designated as the Peugeot treaty area. There is more stars out that way and that way. But this is the map that that the Federation has access to for now, and that's actually have some working knowledge. And besides which, this is the operation area, so you really don't need to worry about too much what's that way and that way. One hopes anyway.
There's Cooley.
Yep. So you know the signal originated from Cooley, but since that transmission, it's likely he moved. These various symbols I noted are noting that toward those areas, like these are Staffy protectorate areas, and off the map these are more Qua star systems. The large yellow area, all these colors are the Woohoo. These white ones are free systems, so that's where Peugeot is, for example. Of course, these are the Chigoan Alliance stars. It was the five system alliance. It's realistically the 3 system alliance because 2 of the systems are blown to bits. And highlighted here, even though it's sharing the map, going into this area is basically is traveling to the next sector over. That's why it's boxed off like that. The Achilles and Plank will be are basically one sector over, basically that way, coreward, and this is where the Kismet and Larira are. Communication between the Kismet and all of Tiger Squadron is, well, secure is not the right word necessarily, but it is relatively quick. You don't have that weird lag that happens when you're away from Federation space because the Woohoo are willing to let you use their subspace network to talk to each other. Like, yeah, sure, we'll boost your signal so you can talk to each other because you're on official business, and it's apparently there's some Peugeot authority law that indicates if ships are talking peaceably and doing no harm to your area, you're obligated to allow them to use your network. Mainly for navigational safety and emergency services, or just maintaining trade. Trade's a big one. Chigoans were really huge on that, making sure they could update the marketplace at all times.
Makes sense.
The lines indicate the safest routes between each of the star systems. These are known trade lanes. You can go off them, of course, but it's usually not recommended due to a navigational hazard, or there might be pirates in that area, or it's just annoying to fly around. It's not dangerous, but they'd rather not. They usually don't bother, so why should you? Which makes this journey a little annoying because the safe way to get from Peugeot into Chigoan space was to go to Zectile, and that's gone. So now people have to kind of go through this weird bit of space.
Right.
Let me start putting some of your tokens on the map so you guys know where you all are in relation to each other. Well, beyond the tokens, obviously. Find your things. So Captain Grennan is over here. Pen, there it is. Yeah? No. Trying to put you something there. And you also know that time is a factor because that signal came from here, and you're not sure how long that person has before. All you know is that they contacted you. They tried to get in contact with the Kismet, and then it was immediately broken. And they had some sort of connection with the Larira, and that's how the Kismet heard from it. So Larira, you're able to track back through the Larira. That's where the signal came from. So the question becomes, what do you all do?
Captain, what course would you like us to take through the intervening space?
That depends on a question to the GM. Does taking a direct route make it quicker than, say, going from here to here?
Yep, because you're going to get navigational assistance from the various starports going, hey, go this way, or hey, watch out for this, or there was pirates, but our fleet took care of it. It's like you don't run into any fights. There's no complications because it's well secured and policed. So you actually go a little quicker than you normally would.
So what's the equivalent speed of, say, going 2 hexes, laned 2 hexes, none?
You guys can move. Let me see, because we're moving we're moving in a sector. So star to star, you guys move pretty darn quick. Really? Holy crap! I forgot how fast you guys are.
Yeah, we're very fast.
We're stupidly fucking fast. Plus, I think Myth gave the Plank advanced warp, and we're currently traveling at the same speed. Or Plank is helping the Achilles, so we're going a little faster.
If you're going through known secure space, you can move. I think all 3 of the ships, because you all move basically at the same speed now.
Yeah.
You all can move 8 hexes without a task roll. But if you have to move through, if you move through any of these white spaces, or you're moving off lane, then you actually have to do a task roll to chart a path in that direction that's safe. Otherwise, you run the risk of running into something on your way there.
So
I'll say with the exception of here to Pedro to Kawaze, because this is kind of the new default lane between them. But once it gets beyond here, it gets annoying. Like usually they have to do if the when the Quaquaw travel this way, there's no real lane because there's another force in the way. So they have to do a course that kind of goes, you know. But same with the Woohoo if they want to go this way.
So, from where we are to follow that route, is that possibly a roll?
So from here, like that.
Yeah, we said we were slightly off the map, so I'll say from where the actual token is onto that route and taking that route.
Yeah, to get on the route without any complication, it will require a reason plus con difficulty. Because you're coming from uncharted space to charted space, so you have to make that little wrinkle, or iron out that wrinkle, as it were. I have my sheet for this. Where is it? Oh, no, I don't. That's the sheet I was missing. I'm so happy to have cheat sheets and reference sheets for this game. Just speeds this up. You're doing a plot course roll. Oh, it's Computers Con. That's what I was wondering. Reason Con difficulty 3, assisted by Computers Con.
Okay, I'll probably activate some NPCs here. I think I'll activate Ishala and Fox for this. With Fox being the assist. As no, yeah, Fox being the lead and Ishala being the assist. So someone what I get Fox?
Sure. We do not have any momentum. That's unfortunate.
I mean, I could direct Vox. Not give it a crit, just to give us some extra dice on the roll anyway.
I think we'll probably be fine here.
Okay.
I'll do neural interface.
Rocks fall, the ship takes us breach. Haha. No.
Hey, you did that last. You did that last night.
Rocks fall, everyone dies. We actually had that as the start of our session, basically. That's great. All right, rolling 2. Interesting.
Okay, here is Isala's
That's
assist.
just to his presence.
Wow, yeah, how did I roll presence?
And here is the ship.
Fab.
I mean, if she's got determination, she might as well just burn it.
Yeah. I'll
On what value?
Determination to the value I chart my own path.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's a good value.
And that one.
So we gained 3.
Yep. Pass through Wudra, the capital.
Yeah, we're going all the way to Gochi.
I thought we could go
as-
8.
Hmm?
Never mind.
Oh yeah, we could go up to 8. It's just a case of we might as well stop at the first one. If not there, go to
Right.
Koge High.
Well, something's going to happen once you start heading into the Gohi system, so
Cool.
that's why I'm going to
Good
check
to know.
on Varder and with the Kismet and Larira. You're trying to basically get here to that hex in particular, either through to go in space or trying to go through Woohoo space.
And they're both the same distance away.
Yep.
Or you could go like, this.
Sure.
I think you could, not that you should.
Yeah, we'll probably go up through Woohoo.
Okay.
Yeah, this will give you a good first activation for what's it, Bakali?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Region security, difficulty 3, assisted by sensor security.
Never mind. That might be. I mean, Bakali can assist if she wants to, because she's a Klingon. I think security is still one of her things.
Yeah, she's still got a security of 3.
Yeah.
Reason 7 though, so I don't know if you really want to activate her here.
Oh.
She's
Amazing.
Klingon.
I'll be right back.
Prefers to punch problems.
Prefers to punch problems. Understood.
I mean, she can still assist.
It's true.
Security chain of command focus.
If you're getting someone to assist you, sure.
All right
If
then.
you're doing it on your own, it wouldn't work.
Okay.
'Cause You're basically doing the scan on your own.
So I'm gonna say I gotta reload. Apparently the main tab for chat is no longer working.
Oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
What do we
I'll,
have? Oh,
roll for Bakali then.
that much threat. Nice. Fun.
Yeah, it's a
fantastic.
lot.
1 threat to momentum.
I'll pay the momentum in a second.
Nice. There we go.
All right, and then
Oh, the ship sensors. Are those a thing helping us or no?
Sensor security, yep.
Yep. So that is actually one easier.
all right, and then Bakali assisting with focus and helm control here might be a stretch.
This is more looking for seeing if there's any threats on your route.
Combat maneuvers.
I'll take it at increased complication.
Being ready on the off chance.
All right.
And the ship didn't help, but that made that a diff 2 task instead. So
Generate.
hey, we need 3
3
momentum.
So what's that, generate 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Sensors detect 3 scale 3 ships ahead with shield and weapons on. You
Scale
happen to be
3
flying in their direction, and they see you.
It's a black map for me.
Yeah, it's a black
Yeah.
map for me as well.
Black map.
Yep.
Well, that'll be a yellow alert. And see if we can get an identity on those vessels. I mean,
Wait.
the Larira's with us. I mean, if they really want to fucking come at it,
Wait, you can see ships.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, I can't see anything whatsoever.
All black.
Yep, the entire map's black, Geo.
Oh, that's weird. There should be a star map. There should be
Yeah, we transitioned over to a new map, but it's all dark.
It's entirely black. It's like line of sight's on when none of us have it.
Yeah. Might be it.
should be seeing stars and a grid and everything.
No.
Let's go back to the original map.
Yep. See that map. This map is just a black square.
Yep, just black.
Did a line of sight thing get put on it accidentally, or
No, I just cleared that. Do you see squares?
No.
no? Like, not even. We don't see grids at all.
Right hand screen.
Like, I can select that there are tokens on the map, but I've definitely got something obscuring my vision. You know.
What the what?
Yeah, the screen print I've just taken, the right hand screen, that's exactly what I'm seeing.
What scale is the Larira? I forget. Isn't it like a scale 5 as well?
It's a scale
Yeah, I think
6.
Scale 6. So we've got a scale 5 and a scale 6, and there's
Well.
3 scale 3s. Like, hey, boys.
We'll just go from here. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
All right then.
I do not know if the fleet captain has been cleared or anything, so.
I don't think so. It's been
Probably
like
not. Yeah.
10
When you
minutes.
get back, we can. I'll do a check to
Yeah,
see if you've
yeah.
been cleared. But for now, you're the one sitting up there.
Oh, brilliant.
So yes, you have 3 scale 3 ships. You want to know what you're seeing, so reason plus science. Difficulty of they would have just popped in your sensors, so they're at your extremes. So therefore, it is 0, 1,
It's 0. Got it.
2, 3. Div 3. Assisted but close to medium. Sorry, just writing this out because my brain's not calculating properly.
And that's Garal or Cecil, because I'm not touching that. You want me to do a
Cecil.
science roll?
One on
No.
the bridge.
Oh, actually, you're trying to figure out what kind of ships you're looking at.
That's
no,
a
it's a
co-
sensor roll.
Depend. Yeah.
Actually, did Garal get anything for the last activation? No.
No.
Who made Grawl?
Wasn't it Grennan who made Grawl?
No, I
you-
did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I've made so many, I've lost track.
Garal was you.
To be fair, I've made like half of our
Yeah, you have.
characters.
But yeah, if you want to have her
All right.
attempt to.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
I mean, could we have just given a cautious science?
Probably.
I'll figure it out after this. Not
Mhm.
gonna apply anything to this roll, but then after that I'll do that. Reason science div 3. Yeah, I'll buy up to 4 dice.
So 3 what momentum?
3 momentum. Yeah, 3 momentum. No focus.
This book? Yes.
God damn it. I'm rolling a lot of these tonight.
Assisted by sensor science, that's a diff 2 as well.
Yeah.
This is kind of like last night where we was hitting rolls but comps on everything.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sensors
Okay. There we
just
go.
goes like, no, here, squash that with me.
Yeah.
So we still generate one.
Yeah.
Three of them.
Wait, those are backwards.
Ah, yes, it's command system and it's engines department. Alright, I got it. Cool. Okay.
Ship's at yellow alert, I presume?
Yes.
Okay, so even if you guys can't see it, I can, so I can keep track of where you guys are.
Yeah. We've got 3 highly maneuverable pirate vessels at extreme range.
Alright, let's put a message through to the Larira and ask them if they would particularly like to hunt a pirate hunt right now. Given I am sure Star Captain Koshi will appreciate something to do on the way back.
Matching you in now.
Because you succeeded at the roll earlier, you're basically getting to choose when you enter into combat with these things. They don't see you yet, but you see them.
And I'm assuming the Star Captain's like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Oh yeah, she's totally up for some pirate hunting.
Yeah. All right. Well,
She actually sends back that further. It's encouraged by the Pedro Starport Authority to discourage any anti-trade activity.
Okay. Any advantages anyone can think of to set up before jumping in on these fellows, or no?
Don't think so.
Other than like the rapid deployment of the carrier's fighters, which is a carrier problem, not. Yeah, I can't influence that. I don't think.
Yeah, like I honestly don't think we need to.
No, it's basically just jump in. Let's go.
So you power up your weapons before you get into range of them.
Swap to red. They're pirates. Once we get in, we can do the standard Starfleet demands of surrender. Because that is a requirement for our what's the term for that?
Protocols?
That
Rules
is our
of engagement?
protocol. Rules of engagement. There we go. Yeah. A fair chance to surrender.
So you act first. What do you do?
Okay. Put out general hail to the 3 vessels, demanding their. Well, this is the USS Kismet, working in cooperation with the SS Larira. stand down your weapons and shields, and prepare to be boarded. As they are identified pirate vessels, it's not. You
Yeah,
could leave.
Comms plus.
If it was, yeah, you could leave us. No.
Yeah. Presence command difficulty 3, assisted by comms command to see if you shake their resolve, because they're getting this message out of nowhere as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
But they are pirates, so they're not they didn't choose the best choice of
It's
location.
out of nowhere from a scale 5 and a scale 6, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, lead by example.
Yep.
Presence command. None of those. Okay. 1 threat, 2 momentum. None of those really matter for that. So, let's go. Yep. And then comes Command Kismet. Right. There. That's the buttons. Right buttons. Thank you, Kismet. Nice.
I mean, just to say, that should be something that Kismet's good at.
Yeah.
Give me 6 challenge dice to see how stressed out their crews are.
That didn't update at all. Thank you. Wow.
Would you like a reroll there, bud?
Yeah, reroll 3, see what happens. There we go.
All difficulties and complications for the enemy forces are at +1, for they are rather demoralized given your
Sudden
They're still-
appearance.
they're still moving to approach, but they're not moving with as much
Vigor.
vigor as they should be, given that in theory they do outnumber you. They are scale wise evenly matched, but they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about that random message that came out of nowhere, and now 2 ships, as far as they're concerned, just powered on weapons and shields and popped in on them, demanding their surrender. It's like, oh crap baskets, what do we do? Attack, let's go.
Scale-wise, they are outdone by 3.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
The rear is a scale 6, and we're a scale 5. If there was 4 of them, would be even.
Ah, yes, right. My mistake. Do you let the turn go back to them, or do you retain the initiative?
We have quick to action if the Lariwa would like to deploy a whole bunch of fighters.
Yeah. They will. Yeah, they'll gladly take the pat on the back.
Is
To hurry
that
up.
they didn't surrender? Release the swarm.
As their action, they launched 3 fighters. Who immediately, having left the carrier deck, they immediately power on their weapons and shields.
How many did the Lariwa launch? Like all they could, or as much as I don't know how that works for them.
They can, in one action, they can. You guys usually can only launch 1 shuttle at a time as an action. They can launch. They launch 3 of their small craft in one go. Because they're basically rapid firing
that.
They can keep doing that till they have at least 12 fighters swarming around. Which is usually what the Lyra does. They just sit there and launch fighters and then let the fighters swarm whatever they're attacking.
Yeah. Goes back to us.
Goes to the enemy since that was a friendly turn.
Oh, I thought they just launched. The enemy just launched. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're
I was
attacking the
like-
Lyra for some reason.
I got confused. Don't worry about me. It happens.
I try not to. So one of the fighters, or one of the scale 3 interceptors, are going to prepare for what's coming. One of the ships begins to advance at impulse speeds to effectively medium range to you and the Lyra. They actually have to roll because it's a diff 1 task, so that's annoying. Buy a die. Plus the ship. They gain 2 threat. And due to their improved impulse drives, they're actually 1 harder to hit because they're moving exceedingly fast.
Like I said, they're very maneuverable.
Okay.
Another one is going to keep the initiative. Another one's going to do the same thing. Buying a die. Except they are going to be moving to be close, medium range to both of you.
I thought the other one also moved to be medium range.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. The first one moved to long range. The second one's moving to medium. Got that
Okay.
backwards. My bad. Two threat generated, and they are 1 harder to hit. So you have 1 target at medium range, 1 target at long range. The turn is yours.
Medium range, you say? I could.
But
I could hit the one behind it.
Sorry, yeah, so 1 medium, long, and extreme.
Okay, I like showing off. Actually, no, the one at medium puts the Lyra at risk, technically. Yeah. We'll fire on the Lyra, and not on the
Wait.
Lyra, on the one
Wait,
closest
what?
to the Lyra, on the medium range one. I swear I'm doing words properly. The medium range one.
Okay.
And I do that personally.
Assume it's so you're going to do it, or don't draft to do it.
I'll do it personally. I've got a thing to counter their increase their difficulty because of speed.
So you minor action, walk over to the tactical station.
Starship Marksman trait. Better able to beat the target.
Yeah, I'll take that. Especially since you're trying to counter the fact that they're moving so quickly.
Tactical systems. We will target their engines with precision targeting means there is no increase. Well, with the rapid targeting systems of the Kismet, no increase in difficulty, and we get piercing on the attack
And
because of a trait. I also get to reroll because of that.
so that means at the end of the rainbow, it's control security difficulty 2, assisted by weapon security. Are you just throwing 1 power at it with your phaser array?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put 1 power into it, and we'll put. The phasers can be charged, correct?
No, they have versatile.
Yeah. Oh, it's effect. With spread would be the thing, which would be I need to buy a miner to do that, correct?
Yep.
We'll do that. Miner for spread
Momentum.
with the momentum. Put a threat into dice, and yeah. And it's weapons security. Oh, okay, Kismet. Yeah. Okay. Oh, those are all. It's piercing 1 per effect, so I don't think he has resistance.
No.
Piercing.
I have precision targeting. When the character makes an attack that targets a specific system, they may reroll a 1d20 on the dice pool for 1, and the attack gains the piercing 1 damage effect.
Well, that's not good.
No. They only had 3 resistance to start with.
Yeah.
But now they don't.
And dice pool means the 2-hit dice, right? Not the damage dice.
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to be funny, just spend the 2 versatile on devastating.
I was considering it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 will cause 1 breach on its own.
Okay, yeah.
At least 5.
And then there's spread. So.
Yeah. If you spread.
It was spread.
I'm calculating. Give me a second.
Which is half rounded up.
After plus
each effect minus 1.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 again.
Wow.
That's at least 5.
And it is outright a breach to their engines.
So that'd be 3 breaches total.
Okay. Yep.
That ship is summarily disabled. As its engines peter out and they're suffering severe power problems. It is no longer fully operational and cannot take any further turns during this scene.
Okay, and quick to action Larira. Or Star Captain Koshi. For whatsoever she may wish to do.
The 3 fighters will advance. They fly by the damaged ship. They are going to... Actually, you know what? They can fly all the way to the guy in the back. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to fly up and harass him immediately.
This seems a little one-sided.
Oh, but
the fighters can attempt to swift task and open fire at the faraway target.
If they would wish to do so, we've got momentum.
go for it, fighters.
Okay. They are looking at target number equal to 12. They are assumed to have focus. They're assisted by their ships. Weapon security, which isn't great. And they're going to be firing as a squad, so they're actually going to get 2 dice to this roll. As they're far more organized than the people who are chasing after the other Grennan. Because it's presumed the others are all coordinating with each other in a very tight-knit way. They are looking at a diff 3 shot with 4 dice.
I think that's probably good.
Yeah.
I believe in them.
I have faith in the Star Navy.
Misplaced, but like you do.
They fire away, but are having a hard time hitting the rear ship.
Oh, they're harassing it.
Yeah, the rear ship's gonna return fire. Just forget that. All right, the buck fighters don't have any good talents because they're just tiny fighters. Their benefits that they're numerous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they're small crafts, so it's actually harder to hit. Except
That's true.
these guys are small. Oh, that doesn't work because these guys are scale
3.
Oh no, they're scale 3. They're just
Yeah,
big
they're
enough
scale
that
3.
this is a problem. So screw
They
them.
have a special talent that makes them harder to hit, I imagine, but not
Gonna
ability,
buy
not
some
a size thing.
dice. Hit these fighters. They fire their particle beam at them. And they can't really area this as much as they would love to, because that's not what particle beams do. They can just fire one strong beam of particles.
So they can shoot at one fighter?
Yeah. Making sure they're hitting it, though. Base was 2 plus 1 because they're small. That's a hit, unfortunately.
Oof.
One of the fighters gets hit and begins tumbling as it's been disabled. As its shields pop and it just oh no, actually. It explodes because it took 2 breaches in one go.
Right,
As
because
the
they
broadside
just
beam
have...
cuts right through the shields and blows apart the ship, the fighter.
Yeah.
Turn goes back to you.
So they just have polarized hull plating, right? So their breach range is lower.
No, their little fighters actually have shields.
Interesting.
Just a little one-man ship as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're scale 1 fighters. Their benefits numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. The enemy doing anything else?
No, they're good with their threat count at the moment.
Okay.
Well, actually, you're right. You've acted. I can keep the initiative and take a shot at you. That seems like a good idea. Thanks. I'll do that.
Yep. Anytime, we're here to help.
So the closer ship. I actually missed
But you missed?
the earlier shot because they're demoralized.
Oh. They are, right, yeah.
So they just barely miss.
So the fighter's alive?
Yeah. The fighter's like, oh, the guy closes his eyes, begins flinching away from the shot, and then it fires wide. Like, They should have had me. What happened?
Well, the lady. It is the
The
Quaqua
lady,
we're
it's
talking
true.
about.
My mistake. She would run me through for making that mistake. So the one
Ruffian.
that's the one's closest to you is going to. It's a long range shot, but they just watched you blow up their buddy, and that's not cool.
Blow him up.
No,
We
it's
disabled
really
him.
not.
Disabled him. Yeah.
It's still not cool.
We're
though.
very careful about that.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's not cool.
But first. Oh no, they're just gonna shoot you. Stop getting. No, they're gonna actually take some evasive action because they lost their friend and they don't want to get hit.
Oh, being faster should have helped not be hit, but it didn't. So they're now -5 to hit from this range if they pass.
But
Oh, this group.
the difficulty in comp range is up by 1 because they're demoralized.
Yep.
So they need to hit to get their evasive action to fire. They need to hit a 2 instead of a 1.
That 19's a comp as well.
Yep.
Yikes. They blow out their own engines while trying to be evasive.
Well, they did succeed. So they do evasive action. However, because they are so focused on not being hit, they soundly forget that they should swift task and shoot while they're doing this nonsense. And you gain an additional 2 momentum.
Oh.
Because I can't think of another thing to do to them because they've already screwed up enough as it is. Because I had a plan and they goofed it.
I don't think that's ever happened before.
Because usually the enemy doesn't screw up like this. At least this badly. But yes, turn goes to you.
Okay. Bakali, would you be so kind as to move us into medium range?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to be simultaneously moving closer to the faraway target or just closer to the...
Closer to both, yeah.
Okay,
That would put
you're
us a
basically-
long range to the other one.
Yeah.
Do you want any fancy maneuvering with that, or are we just doing
What
it?
kind of fancy maneuvering can you do?
And do any of the helm rolls?
Well, the task roll that she'd be doing is a maneuver to move one area
Yeah.
closer. And it's a diff 0, and I'm not giving that as a rule.
That's understandable. Being a diff 0.
Yeah. I just don't know helm tasks too well.
Yeah.
She could swift task and attempt to do another helm task. So she could do like attack pattern or evasive action.
Mm-hmm. Attack pattern makes us easier to hit.
But it also
It
makes
makes
it
it
easier
easier to
to
hit
hit things.
Yeah, we don't really have a problem with the hitting things part.
Well, I can go evasive then.
You could also attempt to ram, but you could have rammed before. No.
Oh, I could ram.
No, you are not ramming a Federation starship.
No, it'd be ramming the pirates.
I know you're a Klingon. We are not using this ship as our ram right now.
Fine.
If you want to go evasive, then you are free to try.
Evasive
Alright.
eats a power.
2
And
momentum
your maneuver
for-
didn't cost anything because you're moving fairly easy going on the ship,
Mhm.
so it didn't cost anything.
Yeah.
Base difficulty would be 1. It's now 2. Daring Con, assisted by Structure Con, as the ship banks hard during its maneuvers.
Right. Use 1 more momentum for a 3rd die. Focus in combat maneuvers. Rolling 3. All right.
And the ship's
So you
structures.
maneuver Structure plus con, yes.
I'm here. I've been here.
Seeing your mute button, I didn't say I had you at BRB. I was like, oh, is he coming back?
Oh, I've been here.
All right.
I'm just shuffling around a lot, and I didn't want to make noise.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll get it.
So gained 2 momentum. Do you wish to keep the initiative?
We still have quick to action active. So, I think this is going to be Kismet Larira, because that makes sense. So should Larira like to act again?
Or Larira is going to launch another set of fighters.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, I could fight. I do have guns and stuff, but that's not my tactic.
Yeah. And we're kind of putting ourselves between the Larira and the pirates so that we're the one shot at, not them. 'Cause the Quaqua tend to panic when that happens.
The enemy's going to go.
Mhm.
So the ship that was that's now in medium range to you, they are evading, which hooray! And while they're evading, they are going to spend their last action trying to take a shot at you. Which
so they're evading and we're evading. So that's a diff 4 shot, diff 5 shot because they're demoralized.
So I'm gonna do this for all the dice.
What are you gonna do for all the dice?
Try to
Oh,
hit
right,
a
you
diff
can't
5
see what
shot.
I'm doing. Spending all 5 threats.
All 5.
Oh,
They didn't complicate for you, at least.
did you at least hit within your threat range, guys? You miserable, stupid pirates, you. Oh, I bet you didn't. 1,
See-
2, 3.
How Klingon of a mover is it to fly in front of the enemy and basically try to bait them? Because that's, I think, what this was, and it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Bikali, get us closer into a flip. That's basically what that was.
The particle beam cuts through, and they miss wide. Partially because they're demoralized, and partially because you're doing evasive action. You're not even going all that fast. You're only at maneuvering speed.
Yeah.
They're also evading,
Yeah.
which isn't helping.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, no, turn goes back to you.
I mean, do you want Dreft to fire?
Yeah, Dreth, if you'd be. This is a diff 4 shot for Dreth.
We have 5 momentum.
Yeah. He can feel free to give it a go.
I can't remember what's Deadeye Marksman. If he aims, he gets a.
That's for rifles.
Oh, that's just for rifles. Okay.
Yes, if that carried across to ships, that would be
Very
I
powerful.
don't think you can take the aim action in a ship anyway.
No.
Yeah, no, you can't anyway.
We'll focus the targeting systems.
Yep.
We'll target the engines like we did for the last one to make it a diff 5.
Okay.
Take a threat.
Hooray.
And screw it, 5 momentum.
Yeah, go for it. I think Fire at Will does work though, so you could swift task to do again if you wanted.
Throwing just one power into the shot?
No, throw 2 into it.
So you get an additional damage die because of that.
Yikes. Okay, let me get the Kismet, yeah. It's weapons security. That's a hit.
Gain a momentum. Roll your damage plus one more challenge die because of the extra power into the shot. Is it?
Would have been phase or raise.
Yeah.
So that makes it 3 die in there, so 2.
Correct. What? Spend one.
That's 6 miss.
Spend one for a reroll.
Hmm.
So that's that's 6.
There we go. 3, 4, 5.
That's
6,
good if you had
7,
spread.
8, 10.
Spend 2 for devastating.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Which goes down to 7,
So,
which is still a breach. Did Dreth spread or no?
Nope, you just
no, I
fired
didn't hear it called earlier.
just a
Okay.
single shot targeted at the engines.
But you're devastating.
Which is a second hit anyway.
Which is basically the same as spread, kind of.
I think.
Devastating. Roll an additional system. That system suffers an additional hit, dealing half the attack's damage rounded up.
5.
So 5 minus 3 because of resistance. So 2.
Doing
After
that.
I think
resistance.
spread's actually better than devastating in that
Oh.
regard.
Does it shields knocked out?
No. That's a total of 9 damage.
Would you accept 2 threat for 2 more damage? Or
I would.
Yeah, go on then.
You only need to spend 1 though. I'll be
Yeah,
fair.
but
Because you just need to pop the shield.
It's that or piercing, yeah.
yeah, that's what I was going for. Just enough to pop the shields, because at that stage it's
Disabled.
yeah.
Yep. You've disabled the other ship. As you are able to hit the shields, pop through them, and drill a little bit, that last little oomph into their engine block, and then they just kind of start tumbling as they're now in trying to repair our engines mode.
Which also so messes with their power supply.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we have all kinds of other problems now. Fighting is the last thing on their mind.
Okay. And what's that? Oh, right. Quick to action, Larira.
The fighters that were at the far back will advance forward. They race by you. They would like to do a swift task and give 2 threat. You advise them to not, as they're now in medium range to their target.
That's still a diff 4 shot for them to hit.
The ship in the rear hasn't done any evasion yet, so they're looking at a diff 2 shot. Diff 3 shot.
Then a swift task will make it a diff 4, wouldn't it?
Diff 2 base plus 1 is 3.
They're a skill of 12. There's always next time. Oh, swift task because they can only move, can't they?
Yeah, they have to spend a turn moving over. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Let's see what the Quaqua can do.
Would you like them to buy any dice for this shot?
Sure. Why not 3? Not 3 dice. I mean 3 threat for 2.
Okay. Oops, that's selected.
It looks bad if the Kismet takes out all 3 of the pirate ships.
Are we supposed to be looking at a space battle map? Because I'm not seeing a space.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, space battle map was bugged somehow.
Well, they hit with complication. Wait, no, they have a right. I forgot that they Hold on. I don't get the threat you just gave me to buy dice because they have dice because there's all 3 of them are firing together. Duh.
Oh.
So I don't get that threat. Computer. One of my threat counters got hung up on the display, so I have to restart.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
There we go. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So that's the correct number. So they do hit. And I'll just take 2 threat. I have no real good reason to mess with them because they did the thing they were trying to do. And if I do anything to those little fighters, they'll pop apart like pinatas. So
Or just deploys more, so...
because they're assisting each other, so I get 2 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Piercing for the versatile, which makes it a breach.
Good job.
They've actually forced the other side to lose one of their actions because they took an impact. I think the fighters are good with that. No reason to spend more threat than they already have. They've already done their bit and dinged the enemy ship for you.
Yep.
The enemy ship has 1 action left. And it warps away.
I wonder why.
Do you chase after it? I'll note you have 2 disabled ships, not destroyed ships. They will eventually get back, power up again eventually.
Mm-hmm. But we're currently not towing the Larira, and they are more than capable of securing the area. And we're more of the direct chase ships, so send the Larira that signal. And because we are far more of a pursuit ship and faster.
Yep, because they're allies, there's no roll. They'll simply go, yep. And it makes sense for them to hang back and secure the prisoners.
Yeah, specifically, not a matter of honor thing, it's just we're the faster ship. What do we put into this? We've got how much power left?
11.
What do y'all think? How much to put into that? Oh, yeah, how much to put into that?
Well, the fighters have, or the other ships have a base power of 9.
So we have to just 1 more than what they could have, right?
Well, they already used some in the fight, and they didn't have any time to regenerate. So you can probably put in like 7 and catch them.
They fired once. That's all that ship did was fire.
Didn't they also maneuver?
No.
Oh, all right. Then you can spend
9.
Spend 9 and catch them.
Yep. We won't have much power left, but they might just surrender when we pop up and catch them.
Yeah.
I'll note as part of impact they would have. Am I making stuff up?
Probably.
1 second, I'll be right back.
I mean, to be fair, if he's GMing a game of Star Trek Adventures, he's definitely making the shit up.
Yeah. Stop pulling
Oh.
from the real world.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
God, these aliens, man. Making all this stuff up.
So I'm back. Because they had took at least one breach, they got impacted, which cost them 2 power.
Okay, so we could probably just spend 7?
I think 7's probably
That
safe,
maths
yeah.
correctly, yeah. 7. I think that maths correctly.
I think
So
so.
you spend 7 power to chase after them.
Yeah, let's go for that.
And you warp into your choice of long or medium range, because you definitely caught up to them.
Oh, medium.
Whoop. New round of combat, because they left a combat. You just decided to carry on the combat. Which means they have all their actions left, but they have suffered at least 1 breach, and they are still demoralized because they haven't had a chance to recover because it hasn't been a new scene yet.
Hail them again. This is the USS Kismet. Your allies have been disabled and you are incapable of escaping us. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. This is your final warning.
I'm warning you. I'm not going to warn you again. This is a warning.
Yes, disabling those other 2 shot ships were warning shots. Clearly.
Presence plus command, difficulty 3,
Presence
assisted by
command, 3.
comms plus command.
Okay. Same focus as last time?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do this just for... You get 2 threat instead of 3, which is, you know, something.
I don't need your pity. No.
Okay. And... Yep. And the ship has even... Ooh, Kismet, no.
I'll just take those 2 threat. I need them.
Uh.
And I don't care about these pirates as much as they do.
That was very good.
6 challenge dice, please.
Oh. Oh my god, again. One for 3, rolling 3. Let's... Please? No. God damn it.
For 1 threat, you can do a total of 5 stress to them.
An injury.
Yeah. I'll take that.
And they power down their shields and weapon and submit an unconditional surrender signal.
Great. Let's get the I assume there are just teams for this kind of thing.
Yeah. Boarding and boarding duty for security.
Which, okay, Dreth, you can go along and do that. Specifically, it's in the character of, or a support character ever to be there. And it's kind of his specialty.
As you begin securing the ships, and you get reports from the Lorira that they're capturing their pirates rather easily, since now, as they just keep throwing fighters until it's like, yep, you're done, and then they send their Marines over, and yeah, they're trained in how to board and take pirates like this. So it's not a huge shift of duties for them.
I imagine there's just a lot of surrendering going on.
New scene as we check in on Fleet Captain Grennan to see if his medical treatment is going well. Unfortunately, the chief medical officer is not available. She's still having time to rest, and she's not at the Kismet yet. She's still at DSE. So the question becomes, who is treating Fleet Captain Grennan?
Be what's her name? Zolan? The counselor who we rarely activated?
If it's if we're checking for mental stuff, that would be her. And she can also do other non-mental stuff as well. So hey, yeah, it's Alon. Look at that.
We're prepared.
Yeah, and now that we've activated her again, I don't know if we've activated her since these books came out, but I know there are a couple counselor talents.
Something to keep in mind in the future, at the end of session.
Yeah, exactly.
So she begins talking you through which trauma do you wish her to deal with? Your trauma regarding Zekal, or the one regarding your fake but actual death, but not really?
He looked. Oh boy. Maybe we should work through the easier one.
Well, the Zekal one? Oh, okay.
That way we can actually get that one done.
True. So we are going.
I think I'm finally ready to move on from that because, oh boy, do I have a. I'm going to do it in the context of, like, I think I need to move on from this because, oh boy, do I have a whole other bag of worms that I need to unpack.
That's not a nice thing to refer to Trill as. So this good counselor can attempt a roll.
I wonder what Krill think of the human expression can of opening that can of worms.
It's like a bunch of apes writing on typewriters. Humans. Could you not? What?
Excuse.
You're just a bunch of monkeys. Meanwhile, the arboreal Zindi. What's wrong with that? Humans. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Oh, don't get started.
Don't get the apes started about primates. Zindi Tower.
So you're looking at a diff 2, I believe, because the severity is only 1 at the moment.
Would that mean a Zindi Arboreal is a fish out of water?
Yeah.
That was dumb.
No shit.
So the main roll is Insight Medicine Diff 2 from Zolan, and Grennan can assist with the roll as he can give his own insights into his own condition. Because you're in medbay with this, you also benefit from the computer's assistance, because Zolan can look it up and you can start working through the computer and help with a rather multifaceted treatment, hopefully.
Might be a good time for us to spend that value.
Just to get it.
Yeah. Would the value of there are fact laws of conservation of pain and joy. Neither can be created or destroyed, but one can be converted into the other.
So what you're saying is it's a short value, nice and snappy.
Yeah, no shit.
I will take that.
Yeah, because you could say we're trying to turn a negative situation into a learning experience.
Don't trust Adler. That's
Definitely
the
the
experience.
psychiatry focus.
Yeah, psychiatry.
So
And I'll just
take
roll
2
this
of these.
straight to. That's 3 successes. If Varda wants to get the ship.
The ship is computers medicine.
And then assist by Grennan.
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 What do I have to roll?
Probably insight medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Insight. Oh, awesome. Medicine rolls. My favorite.
Listen, you went ahead and got traumatized.
That's on you.
Hey,
Is there?
Yes, clearly.
I'm sorry, if
I don't
Pend
know how I feel about that.
if Pend and Grinning goes through the exact same incident, you think Pend is going to be traumatized? It's going, oh, I've been cloned. Okay,
No, that requires Pend to have any sort of emotion.
precisely.
so yeah, with that success, and you generate a momentum off of that as well. Yeah, you generate 1 momentum off of that. As Grennan, you're able to kind of help in your own treatment and give some of your own insights and try to internalize what the counselor is trying to get across to you. Because of this, as you spend the day talking it out with the counselor, you have fully healed your trauma of Zectile injury.
Great.
During this time, and part of this was part of this might have been made harder, but I didn't want to throw the threat at it because I'm presuming your medical bay is pretty good at isolating a patient who's undergoing therapy. There's a yellow alert for a while. There's a red alert, and Zolan is able to keep you focused on no, you're off duty. Focus on this. You're
Trust in
in
your
med
crew.
bay. If you get hurt, don't worry. There's a bed right here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the kind. Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing that like I'm. Right now, I'm not the acting captain.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
no
not
one
the captain.
no one gets
'Cause it-
arrived at the sick bay, and
I
the ship
haven't been
doesn't get hit.
like you haven't been cleared for duty yet. Like nothing you can do right now.
One thing she'll be able to tell you, we won't be able to deal with this right away because this basically the whole day is eaten treating with that first treatment. But she can tell you basically that other injury in any instance where your character's life is imperiled or possibly is in peril, then you have an increase of difficulty and complication of +3 because you
Oh
start getting
wow!
you get very distracted by your own mortality.
Oh, jeez.
So she suggests that perhaps you shouldn't be cleared for duty yet until that's smoothed out, or you're going into a situation where it's not a tactical situation.
Ooh.
But otherwise,
Ooh.
you're mentally your own head. It's just that in that instance, your character's kind of having this hard time to, like, wait, what if I die again? What if I'm really clone? Like, no. You need to not be thinking about that while you're being shot at.
Oh boy.
That's afterwards when you're drinking.
Hmm.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Is there anything Grennan does with the counselor, or anyone he wishes to message while he waits out the travel to across the day?
Hang on a
Because you haven't.
second.
The only thing you've been briefed on so far is that you're heading back. I think the last thing you were told was that you guys were heading back to DSE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
all you know. Other than there was a yellow alert, there was a red alert.
Probably get a ping
then
about what that was.
I was gonna say, are we down from yellow alert? Or down from red alert?
Green by this point, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then Grennan is going to, presumably like in his quarters or something, come up to the bridge and say, Varder, I know I'm currently not in command, but mind filling me in on what that red alert was all about?
Minor skirmish with some pirates, sir.
Ah, I see.
Between
So
the Larira and the Kismet, they were not exactly a problem. Actually, I don't think we had any casualties.
very good. Just want to make sure that everything's okay. How are things standing right now?
We're presently navigating to Woohoo space, from which we will go along known and registered trade routes to reach the Shoshu system. From there, we'll either drop you off at DSE if you would like, before taking the Larira the rest of the way to the whatever that system's called again.
Luluri.
The Larira and the Laruri system throws me. I'm sorry. Just as a matter of just as a matter of I said I'd get them there, and might as well actually get them there.
I thought that was on the way back.
We're approaching. We're actually going to reach Shoshu first.
Oh right, because we're coming at it from like the south.
Oh, yeah. Which, it's not exactly going out of the way. It's like, what, a day's travel at most?
Yeah.
I think it's less than that.
Since you'll be moving out of your sector into the neighboring sector.
Like from Shoshu to Luriru, I was meaning.
Oh,
in
yeah. That
day.
would take. It would take like inside of a day, a few hours.
Yeah.
So there and back would take a day, basically.
Yeah. That's like perfectly within reason to go the extra step for the dropping off the Larira.
Yeah.
But that's once we get there. I think we also have pirate ships in tow now, so.
What else is new?
Not much aside from that, honestly. Probably about to be contacted by Woohoo authorities. I'd imagine that's the case once entering their space.
And I assume that Adler is still in the brig.
She was never in the brig.
No,
she
sorry,
was
quarters.
quarters.
Confined to quarters.
Let me just ping to the guard, which is going to be like, please tell me you're not mind wiped right now. Just a quick check-in request, which I'm sure I'll get something back on.
Sure. What security person's on her right now? Because they're having an opposed roll.
Oh no!
Who do we even have?
You have Harissa.
No, SAR's on my ship
He's
right
currently on the flank. Yep. Don't you actually have a security NPC to put on that? Dreth is occupied. So yeah, that's just standard security people.
You can give me insight plus security opposed.
Psionics focus.
Yep.
That's like yeah.
Is it made any easier by your psychic link to Adler?
That is a good question.
It's making his insight possible.
Okay.
Midnight agent trait.
Yep. That'll bring that basically gives you one free hit effectively.
Of I outrank you, please stop this stuff.
Well, also you kind of get some newsletters about how Sonics works and what to look for.
Probably like a special note from the Midnight Captain of here's what to look for with Adler.
Yeah.
In particular. One threat
I
to
bought
momentum.
as much dice as she could. So
yeah. I went, well,
It'll just be 2 momentum if you wanted one, or one of each.
Yeah, I was gonna go 1 threat, 2 momentum.
No, you don't only need to do one of each because you've already got a hit.
Yeah. She's rolling 5 dice, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd roll 4 dice for that. That's what I'm looking at, Vend.
Yeah, no. So you've got the hit, so you'd just be buying the second dice, so that would be one of each.
Hey, that's not how buying 2 dice works.
No.
No,
It's like an advantage hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
we'll
not
go,
a determination spend, no.
go through. Ooh.
So if you're buying, so I got 2. Yeah.
Which is 4 at the moment.
Oops, I have a sheet for her. What am I doing?
But I do have options to go off with this, so. That is not the peach prize. I have miswritten something on my sheet.
The peach
Uh-huh.
prize. Spending 3 threat. There's nothing that quick thinking cannot solve. Gonna reroll those 3 misses because no, please, I do not want to be caught.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that makes that a tie +2. And I have my determination as well. Thank you, Adler. Misbehaving. What was that laugh? Okay.
I mean, could you get away with mission directive, considering you've basically got to keep this idiot in?
I don't know if there's a mission directive for
Hold Adler is not part of the mission directive. Your current only the only mission directive that's on the record right now is get back to Josku before your time limit runs out,
return
and neutralize the intelligence threat.
Yep. Which Adler is linked to that.
Oh, neutralize Adler? I don't know about that.
She's linked to the intelligence threat, though.
I mean, if
Like,
she pushes it too
the
far.
intelligence threat. Either way, more can always be learned.
I'll take that, given that you're trying to, as you're talking with your security officer, you kind of ask some off-the-wall questions to see if that gets you information.
Or I can feel it in my bones.
You could do that as well, yeah. Just have a feeling.
The Calcat are helping. Actually, on that note, the trait part of the ocean?
Not in this case.
Damn.
It's too small scale what she's doing.
You know what I was trying to get at, though.
I do, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Really? Determination. That's how you want to... ooh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Rip.
Don't you rip me yet. I've got a lot of milestones. And a dislike for your girlfriend.
I know you do. I know you do. But I'm the captain, so you're going to put up with it.
Justice, Vengeance, Psionics, and Security Command is what I got that one for.
Yep, I'll take it.
Seems relevant, funnily enough. Let me just put the notes at the end of that so I'll remember to remove it. Same thing. Do not. There we go. Thank you. Stay? Stay.
So we gain 2.
After talking with him and kind of feeling it out, yeah, she's circumvented your security guard. Like he's like, yeah, she's totally in there, just minding her own business. She hasn't said a word. What do you mean she hasn't said a word? Not one? Not any casual chat? No, not a thing. Okay, that's not how that works.
Okay. Thank you, specialist. I assume it's just a crewman.
Well, it's going to be crewman in a second.
No. And then we'll end the call. Sorry, Grennan. Yes, she's still in her quarters.
Very good.
Which is entirely a lie. It just depends if you trust Varder implicitly or not in this moment.
Unfortunately, Grennan trusts you implicitly right now.
Is there anything else, Captain?
No, nothing right now. I think I just need some rest.
Well,
Although, frankly, I've gotten plenty of that in the last month.
I don't know if cryostasis counts as rest, sir.
Well, let me know if you need anything.
Sir? And you called me, so...
Right. Grennan out.
So with that new information, what do you do about the security breach there, Varder?
Well, I'm the best suited person to track her down. Probably helped by I could do an internal scan specifically for her. I'm sure by this point we have got exactly what we need to track her in particular.
Specifically, Adler. How did you find me?
And if I don't have anything to specifically track her, I could make it. I'm an intelligence officer. I can have that advantage.
Just imagine going on the bridge. Computer, scan for psionic pain in my ass.
No,
You are standing at the console.
Someone reprogrammed the computer.
Yeah, it's a reason security role to scan inside the ship.
Tactical systems.
No. This is an internal security system.
Yeah.
Varder just says, computer, run standard Adler scan.
Standard Adler scan, yeah. One threat.
Okay.
Because it's still reason security, yeah. And I still get a crit.
It's one less because this is still a sensor roll. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, it is. Woof. Okay, so what, that was a diff 0?
Yeah.
And the ship was like, yeah, we got you, man. That was just 5 momentum.
I mean, it rolled the wrong thing entirely.
Oh, okay. Do we just have bay doors that can be locked down?
Like external doors, just lock, just seal the doors.
Yeah. Like, seal the doors and put a security team there, and I'll be on my way. And it'll be a quietly put a security team there. Thank you very much.
We'll call this.
I mean, could we just pay for that with the float?
Do we have
it's a task roll to lock something down like that.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose question would be, is she armed or anything like that?
Like, no, she's not.
Yeah, which is, yeah, the scan would tell me that, so I'll use the one float for that. Nice, good to know. Not that she needs to be armed.
Reason security difficulty 2, assisted by structure security to seal off the to secure the shuttle bay.
Chain of command.
Yep, because you're probably calling out the orders to people and.
Yep.
Because technically, it's security talking to flight, going, that door that you normally open, just lock it. I know you only lock that for certain situations, but this is a security thing. Lock it. Okay.
It's also, I'm in charge of the ship right now, so
yeah,
eyebrow wiggles. One threat I didn't put my focus on because I'm a smart person, so that one's a crit. Hey.
It is, yeah.
And then re-roll because I have, and there we go.
And then plus the ship.
Plus the structure. It exists. There it is. Oh my god.
You
Am I
lock
just being
down,
just being a pain to Atler right now?
and finally to grab her.
So, two of the float that this is happening in a very subtle manner.
Sure.
Like only the people that need to know.
I'll spend some time to make this a difficulty 1 at least, because it was diff 1 and your thing just made it a diff 0. So I actually have to spend for this to be a roll.
It's like
Presence
she's
command.
done this to me before is a thing, so I know what
Yeah.
to do.
Presence command difficulty 1 assisted by weapons security of the ship. Not so much that people are shooting anybody, but it's more of a
The show.
the show of force. Yeah, it's like no,
Yep.
let's make sure we have the proper equipment. We know what kind of weapons she has.
Oh, she doesn't
And
have any, but
abilities.
it's the proper means to counter her in particular.
Yeah.
Presence command diff 1.
Is that right?
We'll give you a momentum.
Oh, sorry. The ship doesn't assist with this. You're not boarding. You're just grabbing her.
Yeah.
She actually opposes the roll. Oh, I'll just keep my threat because it's an opposed roll. I see how it works. Okay, I understand how. I haven't had to use the internal security rule in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an opposed roll of presence security.
It's what to make a security team?
1 and 1. To generate a security team,
or
it uses up one of your ship slots.
We've
crew
used up
support slots.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. We'll 1 and 1 it.
Okay.
In this particular case, and it's still presence command for me.
Presence command free. Presence command. Oh, sorry. Presence security.
Okay.
It's presence command if you're boarding. That's what screwed me up.
Okay.
The hell? I got pinged. Why?
Lead by example because I'm down there.
Yeah.
I assume she's probably going to buy everything she possibly can.
I'm gonna say no because she doesn't know she's in trouble yet.
Oh no. Okay.
Just 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I will warn. She does get 1 extra d20 from this because she's trying to be covert. She gets that's a bonus for her.
So 1 threat to momentum.
Okay.
And then security team helping, so that's a free hit.
Yep.
There. My God, really?
Why didn't I roll her sheet? I have her sheet. I'm done.
The setup, roll high. The actual thing, roll low.
And I'm not going to have her roll her presence security because she's not the one trying to capture. She's trying to evade, so I'd call it fitness. Unfortunately, that actually makes it worse for her.
Oh no.
So she only got 1 hit, and she doesn't have rerolls.
I have a reroll, though. So that's 3 momentum. And this is to catch her off guard anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is just to see how fast she was crossing through the corridors before you could get yourself set up in a way.
I have no idea what advantage to make with the 2 float from this. Because
We don't have float.
we didn't? Okay, never mind. Unsure if we did or not, because that was 3 momentum made from that.
Yeah, we were at 5. Spent 2 and 1 for the roll.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
I just missed things.
You are set up in the corridor that she's about to come out of a turbo lift. So you're basically medium range to where she's about to step out to, unless you want to move in any closer, stay where you are. You're dictating how the encounter occurs because she doesn't know you're there.
Is the way she's going this way? Once out of the elevator?
Yep, and even if she sprints past you, that door is force fielded shut. She's not getting in.
Yeah, it's more of a she could just she looks out, presses the button, and the elevator continue going. So it's oh, you know what? We've got sensors. We can just tell when she's outside the doors, and the security team can be there.
Would it be possible to just spend 2 to make sure every door apart from the one she's coming in is?
Well, that's an elevator is the reason. So it's more or less just she'll walk out, and then we'll just step up behind her because the doors are closed. She won't have anywhere to go. If that makes sense, I think. Also, it says more haha outplayed. And then step out. Miss Adler. You're supposed to be confined to quarters at the moment.
She moves up to the door in a bit of a hurry, and then
Step after her. Much rather you stop with that nonsense and come along. I was trying to be quite civil about this, but you seem rather opposed to that at the moment, actually. Don't quite know why.
I've enjoyed the protection of the Midnight Captain for a while now, and I'm not sure how much patience he's going to have with my rampant cloning. And I'd rather not find out how much of the amnesty the Federation has levered toward me will be levered against me. So I'd be better off being dropped off somewhere in woohoo space and taking my chances there. But somehow I doubted you were just going to acquiesce to the request. So I started making my own way out. Not that it worked.
I'm sure the intent to steal a shuttle.
Well, the plan was, it doesn't much matter now, but the plan was to take a shuttle, use one of the internal transporters, move into one of your ship transporters, and then transport into an escape pod, and then jump off when you went to warp. So you wouldn't know you were missing anything. It would look like a malfunction, at which point I'd be picked up by a trader I would be able to signal to and secure passage. But since the first leg of the journey has been stopped, the rest kind of falls apart rather quickly, unfortunately. And this was somewhat time sensitive and required your ignorance of the plan, so.
You remember the whole incident that had us be mentally linked?
I am.
I'm perhaps the exact wrong person for that to be a thing with. Now, if you'll accompany me, I think we've got new quarters for you. Unfortunately, they seem to have a force field at the door.
Why not give me a chance to make up for all this? Harmon is suffering now from how close he's come to death. He's working through it, but I can speak with experts in woohoo and find a way to speed that up. I would like him to feel better, and I imagine you would like your fleet captain to not be relieved of duty due to his condition.
We have many good and experienced counselors within the Federation and within the squadron.
I'm merely offering the choice, Agent. That's all.
Well, the offer is appreciated, but not needed at this time, unfortunately. Adler?
She looks to the security guards. The only reason I'm not resisting the lot of you, and I could, is because he's here. You're welcome. And they kind of give her a look like, yeah, sure, lady. But one of them just the senior of them just kind of gives them a look like, no, don't ease it, don't stay tense. She's trying to get you to relax. And they go, oh, and they're like, no, we're ready to go. And she kind of, you can sense offered now that you're this close that she's like, oh, they've been briefed on me. That's not good.
That was like the senior chief petty officer that just did that. It's like, yep, that's why we've got good NCOs.
Yeah. Let me see my new quarters then, Lieutenant Commander.
Right this way, Miss Adler. And escort Patton. And the new quarters of the brig. It's confined to quarters as being polite.
And rather quickly, you're able to make the rest of the journey back to Chosku, because inside of a day, because again, you guys are super fast. So even with that slight delay, it doesn't take you very long.
And is it, we bringing the pirate ships with us, or do the Woohoo just be like, oh yeah, you can just drop them off here? I don't know what. Because it's technically within their space, I believe.
It's within shared Peugeot space. So yeah, there's actually a base here. So yeah, there's a you're able to drop them off with the Woohoo Navy, and
which is, you know, we're not trying to infringe on your local policies and all of that. These are your, you know.
Yep. And the Qual are actually able to speed that along, so you're not just stuck there filling out paperwork for a day, because they're a Peugeot Authority signatory. So they're like, oh, well, here's the form, here's the appropriate forms. Here's how many. Here's their inventory. Here's where we found them. Here's the battle report. It's all written up for you. Can we go? And they're like, yep, all the forms are here. Bye.
Sweet. Yep.
It's sort of the very proto stages of a federation, but it's the very early stages where there's no real central government. There's just a committee that meets every so often.
But working within what they already have is more useful than trying to force something new upon them.
Yeah.
Or just ignoring them entirely, because ignoring them is probably not the best.
Well, then it turns into, well, now we need to do an extradition treaty between the Federation and the Woohoo Illuminated World. Oh, wait, we need to speak with Peugeot. It's like, or we could just use their system and be done with this.
Yeah.
Hold on, we need to get a diplomat. Hold on, let's get an admiral on the line. No, we have things to do.
Okay, well, that's as fast as is expected.
You guys are able to get back home relatively unmolested. Meanwhile, new scene. Boop.
Ooh, yay.
Ooh, actually, I should probably have you on the board, if nothing else, because it's obvious they can just quickly contact you. You guys are like right on top of each other. So a quick chime back to the Achilles is not a huge deal for the plank. So I'll just put you up here. Myth. Sensor reports that you are approaching the Gohi system. A Qua Principality star system.
All right. Signal to the Achilles.
Channel open.
Captain, recommend we slow to warp 5 when entering Quaqua space, in case they have any greeting for us.
Agreed. When we get close enough, open scanners and try and find anything you can. If they have any issues or wish to open dialogue, I'll take point. But I want you to scan as much as possible.
Understood, Captain. Let's flank out.
Captain, we're being hailed.
On screen, loop in the Achilles.
I am Star Captain Bausek of His Majesty's Star Navy. Starfleet vessel, come to a halt.
I'll
May,
nod to Khan.
may we ask for what specific purpose?
Due to a security risk within our borders, we have been instructed to disallow any travel through Principality space until the situation is resolved. This is an internal matter, and we advise you to take another route to your intended destination.
Well, our intended destination is Cooley, where Federation codes were accessed.
With whom am I speaking?
Captain Pend of the Achilles.
Captain Pend, Achilles. Officer, look that up, please. Thank you. Stand by, please. Verifying. No threat is gained, but no momentum. They're not your ally, but they're not your enemy yet either. So thankfully they made the rule. A pad is handed over to her, and she kind of looks over. She looks at it, reads at it, flips through pages. Apparently, their pads have pages in them. I'm surprised such a state-of-the-art vessel of Starfleet is heading out this way.
Well, we like to make sure we get the job done, and sometimes you use the best tools for the job.
Right. So I have a war cruiser and a technical testing vessel sitting at my border requesting entry.
I mean, if you wish to accompany us, by all means.
Well, Captain, much as I would dislike raising your enmity toward me, I must inform you that I have my orders. I am not to allow any ship into our space. Until I get other orders to the contrary, I am not authorized to let you in.
So, you're not allowed to let any ship in, correct?
Any ship outside of the Qualquar Principality or its protectorates.
Well, lucky for you, there's multiple ships here.
What do you suggest, Captain?
Well, let's be honest in this situation. Our squadron is on good terms with one of your own, Star Captain Koshi. We have not had any hostile intentions towards you. We have helped out on the Lilori system. We've helped drive off some possible rebels in the past. All we're doing is a quick investigation to find out what the access codes were. Then we will be happily on our way. That's all we want. And as soon as we find out it was a miscommunication, we'll happily leave.
I could put it through the naval security bulletin lists, check our communication logs, see if our sensors, and you say it was in, where did the signal come from? The Cooley system, you said?
Correct, from your home planet, or the capital planet.
Well, I'm sure the naval base there will have rather detailed scans of the system. If you'll simply wait here, I can put up the request and transmit the report back to me.
Well, would you be too put out if we actually came into the system?
That would be violating my orders, Captain. You must understand.
Well, how about just the edge of the system?
If you breach our claimed space line, I am under orders to enforce the prince's peace. So, hence why I stopped you where you are.
Understood. Like I said, we will head to that line and we won't cross it.
But forgive me, but if your intention was to scan the Cooley system, you are some distance away for such a scan.
Well, we're on the way then, but it's a case of, for at least a few people here, it's getting some scans so we can get some more information on the Quaqua for future diplomatic negotiations, possible resource trading. So if we know what's available, we can offer you things that you don't have already.
Forgive the insult, Captain, but that is a very Dragon response to my query.
You may call it Chigoin, but we're from a federation of many species. You tend to have to learn lots of different ways how to assess and proceed forward.
Oppose presence command roll.
Okay.
The Star Captain is willing to, if you, with your arguments, may be willing to let you do your scans of the system as close as their orders allow. But they are reluctant to even do that because they're a little wary now.
Would you allow the focus of negotiation?
I would. I'm gonna give this person a die because she's a little jumpy.
Would you allow the trait of commanding presence?
I'll allow it. Yep. So it gives you a free hit essentially.
I'll spend a threat and 2 momentum.
Oh, you have an increased complication due to the fact that you are a male, and this person is not as progressive as Star Captain Koshi is.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing with these people. I forgot about that.
I'll reroll.
Not that it mattered, thankfully.
So, gain 2.
Very well, Captain. You may approach the borderline. I advise you to use your advanced thrusters to keep you on your side of the line and no further.
Understood, and thank you for being so accommodating.
Basic out. We'll keep it. Oh, well, they don't say anything else. They say basic out. But you can see that their ship is kind of in a follow pattern on their side of the border. And they've launched 3 fighters and then just kind of stop. No one's armed their weapons. They just have the fighters out. Sort of protective pattern.
Commander Myth, when we get as close as possible, trying to figure out what's happening inside that system.
Understood, Captain.
And we'll head to the border.
Oh, first, yeah, you have to get up to the borderline. Control plus con. Engine, diff 2, assisted by engines plus con. To maneuver yourself into an advantageous position to do your scans. While still staying on outside of their borders.
Right.
I'll probably just get Vox to do it again. With Asala assisting, because I've got 2 con officers. We'll spend a momentum for cautious for Vux.
So Vux and who?
Isala.
Oh, solid.
Yeah, they've already both been activated in previous scenes. Helm operations focus. She has a reroll.
And the Maxwell Plank can assist with this roll because you're both kind of moving in concert with each other.
Here's the crew roll.
Achilles, which is engines, con.
And here's the ship roll. Damn it.
We'll squash and gain 1.
So the Achilles and the Maxwell Plank barely move up to the line as close as you dare, to the point that if someone stuck their hand out one of the windows, they'd probably cross the line. Their hand would cross the line, but it's very precise, and that's about as close as your ships are ever getting without crossing the border. Leading to reason science roll being possible. Reason science difficulty 5, assisted by sensor science. Because you're not even in the star system, you're at like the listening post line, and you're using your advanced sensors to reach out and scan the star system from here.
Would I be able to?
Is that already dropped by 1? Is diff 5 already dropped by 1? Or
It is not.
Okay, sensors dropped by 1 then.
Would you allow me?
Oh, you have advanced sensors, yeah.
Would you allow me to direct Commander Myth, considering I'm specifically asking her, I need a detailed scan of this system.
If you'd like to.
Yeah, so if you at least get a hit, it's a crit from me.
Alright. I'll spend 1 momentum. Rolling through. That's 5.
And 2 for me. So that's 7 plus sensor science.
Mm-hmm. And sensor science on the plank. Sensors. Science. No further hits.
So we're getting 3.
Let's see.
If 5 roll, yeah, I'll buy 1 die.
And the Achilles can assist, actually, because you're both scanning that way.
Oh, Jesus.
The benefit of having 2 Starfleet vessels. This is usually why Starfleet doesn't bother sending 2 ships at a problem, because that's usually overkill.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a tactical scenario. Scans indicate that this star system has a it is a have to do some translation here. It is a low population desert planet. Mainly it's with a gas giant. The only real military presence is this naval vessel plus the listening post line. But those are like automated, like little things that's how they saw you coming before they had to come up to the border.
Mm-hmm.
Very basic starport in orbit, basically just enough to repair a ship if it's damaged or refuel it. It looks like this world is mainly this system's mainly just a buffer area between the Woohoo and the core principality systems.
All right. Is there any unusual activity in system?
No, not really. It's pretty quiet.
Okay. Can we see the sector map?
Sure.
Okay. So we're in the Gochi system. Or outside the Gochi system. Rather. All right. I'm gonna communicate over to Pend. Captain, I'm not detecting anything out of the ordinary in system. Of course, entering the system and performing more detailed scans would allow us to verify that. However, with the diplomatic concern, it might be worth thinking about detouring around the Quaqua's claimed space and taking a non-standard course to be able to scan closer to Cooley.
What are you saying? More towards Draffili or Fezio? Like, do you mean more like this path here or down here?
I think either could be a possibility. After all, the signal originated in Cooley, as far as we can tell. So being able to access grid 1305 would allow us to perform long-range scans of the Cooley system.
So which would you recommend?
Personally, I would recommend splitting our ships, Captain, even though that may not be tactically advantageous. It may be the most strategically viable play we can make here to act before it would be too late.
If that's the case, I want the plank to come here to, is it Draffili? So you can scan the surrounding systems, and I'll take the Achilles down to Fejo, which is a bit deeper into the territory. So if anything goes wrong, at least I'll stand a better chance of getting out.
If that's your order, Captain. I do hesitate to split our task force.
Well,
And if you have any better ideas, it just kind of shrugs.
for now, stay inside of Woohoo territory, but get a scan on those two systems. If you pick up on anything, send a communicator to Achilles and we'll warp across the open space.
Understood, Captain.
And
if we don't find anything?
if you don't find anything, I'd say you can either go up to Volca or come down to Vejo.
Understood, Captain.
Oh, let's hope one of us
And
picks something up.
you said you were going to investigate Peugeot, the system itself?
Yes, I'll head to the Fejo system. And I'll start going along the borders there to get scans.
Understood, Captain. Good luck.
You too.
Blank out.
So, I'll just use your tokens to see where you guys are moving. So you guys are splitting up your ships.
Yep.
So, Pen's going that way. Where's Nick going?
And first I'm going to communicate ahead and with the woohoo and see about the feasibility of entering the Drawfee system, I think. Drawfee system?
Oh,
Because it has
geez.
that red mark on it.
Oh, I know it. I know why that's there again. Oh, sorry. Why am I asking for reason? You're talking to him. Sorry. Presence plus command or security, difficulty 1, assisted by communications plus command or security.
All right. Focus in Starfleet protocols. I'm
Yeah,
obtaining necessary clearances.
this is something you would do in Starfleet, in Federation space, if you had a warning like that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Which the Woohoo seem to have very similar protocols, if a bit more militaristic, but it's very similar protocols.
Spend 1 momentum on an extra die. Presence command rolling 3. All right, and then assist from my ship. From comms command. Total of an 11 there. Yeah. All right, so I generated 2. Got 1 float.
Oh, right. So you get you get a very dry bulletin that indicates that, like, they just send one back to you once you phrase it in a way they understand, which isn't very hard. That there is a pirate base in the drafty system that that neither side, either the Woohoo or the Quaqua, have been taking responsibility for. So it's kind of become this diplomatic tug of war of whose pirates are those, and are we shooting Woohoo pirates? Are we shooting Quaqua pirates? Are they independent? Are they some sort of... So they're kind of in this bureaucratic stalemate, which has allowed the pirates in that area to establish a base of operations in that system and basically hold it.
All right. Um,
At least for now.
Would we be able to spend 1 and the float to switch positions?
Yeah,
I
that
actually
sounds like
have-
an Achilles problem.
I have a different idea. I'd like to spend 1 float to acquire permission to go really fast through that space. You know, a speed that would generally be considered reckless, but provide the documentations like, yes, my ship can maneuver and perform effectively at these speeds. The pirate ships will almost undoubtedly not be able to match them. I'm just gonna blaze on through.
Yeah, for 2 momentum, you can basically secure permission to, like, I'm not interfering diplomatically at all. I'm just blasting through, and it's like, well, as long as you don't do anything, like, don't
Yeah.
complicate our diplomatic situation. It's like,
I
no,
am
I'm
just
not
going to move very fast.
And then there's the one guy sitting there going, like, I kind of want to watch the sensor logs for this.
Yeah, the guy in the Quofo system's like, hey guys, keep your sensors on. What? Just watch. Okay. So 1 and 1, you have 2 more to go for each of you, which 1 and 2 will get you to Fesho. No check for this because it's a known route, so it's fairly secure. You are going to try to blast through Drafty to
Yeah,
where?
I'm going to try to get to 1203.
So you're trying to get to, like, there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'll try to make this hard for you because the pirates are they really want to catch anyone who's trying to go through their space because they want to steal their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a weird alien ship with all your cool stuff on. Must be worth millions. Easily. So we'll call this daring plus con, difficulty of 4, assisted by engines plus con.
Right. After this session, I'm definitely going to make myself a helm officer.
It makes sense, does it? A helm officer.
Yeah.
Oh, Fesho's actually a major world. Funny enough.
All right.
But we'll worry about that later. Let's see if the drafty pirates take shots at you.
Yeah. I'm just taking a look at something.
I will say I am glad all of the Chigoan systems weren't nuked. That
Yeah, me too. They're an interesting
like one
player
was
this
plot
time around.
related. The other one was like, oh no, it's getting worse. This needs to be dealt with. And if no one
Mhm.
dealt with it for a long time, it's like, and there's no more Chigo anymore. They're gone.
All right. So I'm going to invoke my trait for the Maxwell Planck of advanced warp testing.
Ah, damn it. Yeah.
All right. Now, so I forget how like traits that have been kind of leveled up work. They just allow you to narratively do more things, or are we doing something with qualities now with them?
No, in this case, I might have disallowed the previous
Got it.
one. This one, it's like, no, it makes perfect sense. Why this plan's a lot easier for you than it should be.
Got it. All right. So dropping the diff by one there.
Okay.
Um, and then I'm going to give, or no, I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. I have the crew roll 4 dice here.
I mean, if you want to give me 3 momentum, I'll happily take it.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 momentum. We're up to 7. Uh, no float, which that's just in our pool now.
Hey, wait a minute.
If you're giving, it's not the same as earning it. So.
Nah.
All right, and then engines con assists. All right.
Whoosh. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. You blast through their space, and they do their best to try to catch you, but there's no catching a ship that's pushing 9.999 warp. Even if it's only for a few hours, that's way too fast for anything they have.
They pick us up on sensors, but by the time they move to act, we're actually out of the system already.
The woohoo are impressed, I'm sure.
How can we do that? So yeah, at the end of one day, everyone is where they're at so far, but we'll check in on a certain somebody.
And he's just pinged where he is.
Yeah, but we don't know where he is.
Yay.
Can anyone see this?
Yes.
Thank God.
This we can see. To be fair, we could see this earlier too, though.
Oh boy.
New scene, by the way. Oh God. Ah, damn it. Hold on. There. Eventually, the fighters move on and their search. As they search the whole day, they check the gas giant. They fly around through the asteroid field. They check the planet for a bit. They kind of, as a stretch, they start hovering around the sun for a while. They do another loop. They do a loop out here, and after a while, where you went somewhere. They're not sure where, so the fighters that were here retreat back to their respective carriers. This carrier that was kind of helping with the search turns back to its patrol duty and returns back to its naval base. So no one's looking at you right now as a new day is gone.
Okay. I'm going to turn back on life support.
The air becomes a lot warmer and a lot more breathable.
Okay. All right. I am gonna have to get out of here. Can't just keep on waiting. Okay. I guess I have to carefully try pilot my way out of this asteroid field. Here we go.
It's a daring con, difficulty 3, comp 3, assisted by engines con, to navigate your way safely without bumping into something or being surprised by a fast-moving asteroid. The only way you could possibly make this easier is to chart the hazard before you fly through it. And that is not any easier, sadly. For reason con roll, diff 3, no complication, assisted by computers con. If you get that, it drops the you can drop the difficulty or the comp down by 1. Because basically, this is a way of charting a hazard is how you make things easier to do to create an advantage.
I think I might just try and make the roll.
Just gun it, yeah.
Take a threat, and I'm gonna spend 2 momentum.
Okay. So you start trying to make your way out.
Here we go. Oh no. Yeah. This Grennan just does not have it.
This
Wait.
Grennan?
Hang on. This Grennan, you know.
This particular one.
Yeah, that's the
As opposed to
question.
all the others that are still out there.
Yeah, just this Grennan doesn't have it?
The mirror one had it. The
Mirror
ship
one
helps.
had it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
in theory, it does.
Ooh, I've got it.
The ship rolls.
I've got a milestone to spend.
Oh, there's that too.
There was a time where I ordered Makarov to push our engine.
Oh, that was a while ago, but yeah, I'll take it. Is that on the token layer? It is. Map layer. There. I'll bother me less.
3.
No, that goes.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh wow. That's 5 successes.
And
Then you also get your ship assist.
Oh yeah. Let me roll the ship. You said engines con?
Yep. Your mobile armored suit. But
Yeah, my mobile
Basically a ship.
engines con. Same comp range.
yes.
I'll take it.
Whoop. You maneuver your way out of the asteroid field.
Okay. Let's see if I can't slip away.
What direction do you want to head? There is. You can leave the border into unclaimed space to the northwest, or you can head into woohoo space to the southwest.
Northwest.
Give me insight plus con difficulty of. I'm going to be mean here because this is very helpful.
I'm sure I'm making this harder for you guys.
Insight con difficulty 4.
I'll take a momentum.
Grennan wouldn't make this more difficult.
Oh, and I was close. I was really close.
I mean, you could try and figure out a reroll there. Because he said it was good info.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm checking. Scroll through all my things.
Maybe a trait?
I'm hang on.
Does Brennan have traits?
No,
Human.
he doesn't.
You have human.
Ooh, this might be a hard sell, but especially if I'm going into unknown territory, there was a time I was wandering lost in the ocean.
Okay. What? Now
And
you're
that
wandering in
was
a
all,
star sea?
and that was all about the crew of my crew finding me in the ocean.
Oh, you're thinking of Milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Totally. To what value? Because it's not trusting your crew. This guy stopped that a while ago.
Yeah, he did. Head in the stars. I'm literally heading to the stars.
Yeah, you're thinking in that more early Starfleety mindset of, wait, hold on. Let's give this an extra minute.
I get to reroll 1. I did it. I hit the difficulty.
You start doing reverse plotting. It's like, wait a minute. You sent out a signal. If you were looking for a signal, you would go, and you're thinking about Pend and Myth are probably the ones that went out to you. Varda probably had to retreat back. Maybe he's with them. Nah, he probably retreated back. Okay. So either the Plank or the Achilles moved into the Woohoo system.
At the very least, they're the most likely.
Because they likely didn't go through. If these guys are trying to hunt you, they probably aren't going to head to the Gochi system, because if these guys are hunting you, they're probably going to lock all the borders and make them turn around. So you're actually probably better off heading to the Fesho system.
Oh, continuing into Quaqua space?
That one goes into Woohoo space.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay.
Well, it does mean you're going to be crossing a Woohoo border in a Quaqua vessel. So there's that. But it's likely either the Achilles or the Maxwell Plank is there.
Okay.
Because you would if you were them.
All right. For risk. And I'm gonna take it.
Either the Achilles or the Pend and the Achilles, or the Guardian Ghost and Grennan can roll reason plus science.
Awesome.
Difficulty of 5, assisted by sensor science, to see if one of you sees the other. You can assist each other because the one might be pinging their signal to the other.
I have a science officer.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have someone on your ship do this, please.
I have Abernathy.
I'll gladly assist.
I'll have Abernathy spend 3 momentum because she's cautious.
Good.
Sensors focus. GM.
Yes. Sorry, I thought you heard me.
Oops. Sensors focus.
Yes to sensors focus.
Okay, here is Abernathy. Could I spend a determination for her of either mission directive to recover the Grennan clone?
Yep. Yeah, that's actually the exact mission directive. Find this guy.
Okay, so I'll do the determination reroll first.
Nice.
Achilles is sense of sound. That's 5.
There's your assist, and there's your assist for 6. So you actually get a momentum.
Okay, let's try this again. Are you seeing black screen of death again?
Yep.
Yeah.
We are.
What is with this?
I don't know. Because, like, the first screen was fine. Okay, yeah, we see that one.
Okay, so all right, I'll just do it this way. Go poof.
It's like there's some kind of covering over the
Yeah.
Well, all I did was copy pat. I just duplicated the map, and then because it has the same backdrop, so I'm like, the hell is
Right.
going on? Anyway.
That's so weird.
Well, fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, I'll just fix it on the fly here.
just copy and paste stuff over.
Yeah.
And I still have 2 crew support.
Just don't copy and paste over the black void.
Whatever. Yeah. It was that clumsily drawn last time too, 'cause mildly intentional. Oh, not the plank, not the plank.
No, I'm over way up north being probably useless.
Whoops. Alt key.
No,
Fat
you're
Achilles.
showing off. You just drove a sports car through woohoo space, essentially.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just absolutely shredding it as fast as you could go.
As where Penn's just
so-
taking the tank the long way around.
You both start moving around, and you detect the Achilles detects a Quaqua mobile armored suit, which, according to your data, these things are for planet side. They can go to space in an emergency. They're not really designed for it because they have no warp drive, so it's a lot of flying. And this ship shows up at like the end of the like the middle of the next day as you're starting to talk with the local authorities, and then all of a sudden sensors detect this ship putting its way along.
Would I be able to figure out that if someone was trying to run and hide, especially in a situation of just grabbing whatever they can, that someone like a Grennan character, for say, would grab a fucking mech and try and fly it across a border?
Insight command difficulty of 2. I would make it harder, but I don't have enough threat to do that anymore.
Would you allow the focus of strategy and tactics? Because I'm trying to figure out
Yep.
the strategy of a Grennan clone.
100% I'll take that.
Take a threat for a reroll.
I'll note for Grennan, we time skipped a lot for that poor guy because he's been putting at like maneuvering speed. He's
Reroll.
been at this for hours on hours on hours.
I said that what, Div 2?
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
So you gain the momentum. Yeah, the math tracks, and that's probably why it took him this long to get even this far. And that thing's probably been booking it pretty fast, as fast as you can go at sublight.
If that's the case, I'll order the Achilles to the border without crossing it, and as soon as it enters long range or even extreme at a push, to beam the occupant on board.
Actually,
Might
I'll
want to
note
work
one thing for you before you do anything. Your con officer kind of brings up something to you. Sir, I know the strategy makes sense and the tactics make sense, but the physics don't. To cross from where he was to here would have taken him 40 years. Sublight speeds are incredibly slow compared to even to the lowest tier of warp speed.
Well, let's get a little closer and get a scan. If it's the clone, no matter what, we cover him. But let's keep an eye out.
So you're intending to move closer to the border, or are you going to try to scan from where you are?
Border, then scan across the border.
Grennan, you notice that you probably you've seen the Achilles has been in service before you disappeared. So yeah, you see the Achilles approaching the border, and it looks like it's trying to scan for something. You are muted, Grennan.
Whoops. Yeah, Grennan just goes, yes, yes! And he's gonna try to bring himself closer to the border.
She moved about.
Then yeah, I'd probably try and get an active scan of the.
Oh,
not anymore.
Yay, combat music.
Yeah, you drop in your 4 carriers. I dare you.
Don't encourage him.
Drop in 6.
Dad!
Send your entire 16 fleet if you want.
Hold on, I gotta do some things in the GM layer.
Oh no, this is about to become fleet combat, isn't it? Because I recognize this is the fleet combat grid.
It is the grid for it.
Oh. 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 That's why.
Those are new.
That's why I got here so fast. But
3 Chigoan Romulan vessels decloak around the mech and begin and they've armed their weapons and shields.
Yeah, that's fine.
is it my go?
It's the allied, the player side can go. So either the Guardian Ghost or the Achilles can go.
Let me see.
So
if I just go at regular speed, I get 3 movements because.
No, you have con 3. You need con 4 for the extra movement.
But I'm a small craft. Small craft get the. Oh, never mind. Oh.
Just wanted to get your hopes up for a second.
Oh, you're cruel. Oh, wow.
Well, you can either move closer and I'm gonna beam you aboard, or I'm just gonna beam you aboard.
I'm gonna need to get in closer, I think. Because can't transporters only be done at close range? Isn't that
You'd
the
have to be
whole thing?
adjacent to them, basically. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, come get closer then.
It's impulse Oh, but I don't even have impulse ability, do
You have impulse equivalent. The problem with that is that you can move 5 hexes.
Yeah, that's fine. Move 5 hexes.
Better than nothing.
Where do you go?
Come right here.
Yeah, and that's a power, I think.
Yep, that uses up one of your power, so you're down to 2.
I'd like to quick to action.
Oh, you have a quick to action talent among you?
I do. One of my officers who I'm about to activate, Tachibana, has quick to action.
And you have the slot open for it, so Tachibana. Boop.
Oh, I'm not going to use them. I'm just using his quick to action. So I'm still activating them, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to activate my engineer. So I'm using all my crew support.
Your engineer is
Vesh.
Vesh. Okay.
And
What's she
she's
doing?
going to be in the transporter bay. And I'm going to transport a Grennan.
Is he still
Target is at
not
medium
close enough?
range.
Is that
Yeah,
medium?
I have to be at close. I have to be in one of the. I have to be in one of the 6 hexes surrounding you.
Okay. I can alter what I'm doing then. Pen will assume direct control and maneuver.
Direct control.
Assume direct control.
Oh, that's much better.
And
You do the get the control stick.
yeah, I'm literally gonna fly stick right up to the fucking border. Then I'll just swift task and direct Vesh.
Engines, Daring Con, difficulty 2 to fly up to be basically on this side of that hex, effectively. Like, I'm close range, but I didn't cross the border.
Mission directive value spend. I'm collecting an idiot. Starship focus, because I'm flying a starship.
Yep.
So that's 4 successes. Plus the ship, which is... That's 6 successes.
Very nice.
I'm going to spend 2 to swift task.
Okay.
So technically I'd have to get rid of 3 because of the float.
Well,
Right.
no, because one of them goes to this. One of them plus 1 more is for the swift task.
Yeah,
So why did you get rid of the 3rd?
because it's a float, I had 7 momentum.
You can spend
Yeah,
the
the task
floating
died, so the float goes away.
Oh.
Oh, you could have spent that float toward your swift task. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you'd be at
Yeah, because
you'd
it's
be
a
at 5.
bonus momentum spend.
Awesome. Then I'm going to direct, without it being a crit, but I'm going to direct Gerbil to beam the Grennan aboard.
To the pad or to the brig, to the med bay?
For now,
To
to the
space?
pad. To space sounds nice.
We're all in space, really. if
To
you
be
think
fair,
about it.
that is still technically an option.
True. He's not on a pad. She's doing it from the transporter room. Doop.
She is.
He's not on a pad. Doop. She is beaming him to a pad. Stays where it is. So. Control plus engineering. Diff 2. Assisted by sensors engineering.
Can she spend for mission directive? She's collecting an idiot.
Essentially, yes.
That's the terminology that is entered into the official reports. Mission
Collect-
directive.
Collect the idiot.
Engineering protocols or power systems for a focus?
I'll say those again, sorry.
Power systems or engineering protocols?
I'll I'll take protocols at complication.
I'll take it. And I'll spend 2 momentum just to proc cautious.
Okay.
Just to make sure if I comp, I can just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Like that.
And the ship. And the ship.
So that's 5, 6, 7, so we gain 5. Oh, sorry, and Pend was
Yep.
directing 1 second. Can I bonus action raise shields?
Yeah, minor.
Yeah,
minor,
bonus
you
action.
put
Yeah,
shields
sorry, I
on.
fucking. And I've got 3 momentum spare.
We might just need to let that slide.
Could I spend 3 momentum to accidentally cause a complication and cause the Guardian Ghost to overload?
You might want to collect that for evidence.
Or collect it for evidence with a tractor beam? I've got more.
For 2 momentum, I'll take it that you, as he was being beamed, Tachman was tractoring it into the your bay.
Awesome.
You don't have an extensive shuttle bay, so this thing isn't leaving anytime soon until you get it until you get to a star dock. But
Yeah, that's fine.
Kind of wedged in there.
Yeah.
so you're able to snatch it out of space while it's being beamed.
So I'll let the one float go, shields up, and as soon as it's our turn next, I am peacing out.
Well, it's not our turn next.
Well, that's what I mean.
They
When
have-
it's our
But-
turn
yeah.
next.
Yes.
Go ahead, fire. See what happens.
See them just like open comms.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, could I have spent that 1 for open comms and say this is Captain Pend of the Achilles? Turn back now.
Sure.
Because my threatening trait is also an evolution of the Chigo Bane and more merged into one.
Whoops, wrong one. Nope. It's down here, isn't it? Ah. And one of the ships transmits a message to you, and you get it, but it seems to be encrypted. At which point, they simply cloak.
Can we attempt to decrypt it?
Might be an extended task.
Probably.
Yeah, you're actually to see if you manage to translate it rather rapidly without an extended task. Um, Oh, yeah, that's not right. That's right. Daring Engineering, difficulty 5, comp 5, assisted by engines plus communications. Warning, if you fail, the code will wipe itself out. Seems to be expecting a particular password.
Hmm.
Extended task would do it so that way even if you screw up, it's a very safe and slow build, but someone could translate it right now, but they risk the file destroying itself.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. I'll wait till I open comms with Myth on the way back and let Myth play with it.
Orders, sir? No contacts on sensors. They've left, presumably. Or they're gonna follow us, says someone else. Or they're gonna do that.
Let's return back to Woohoo Space, get a message to the Maxwell Planck to rendezvous, then return to Federation Space.
Aye, sir. And
send Mr. Grennan to my ready room under security, please.
Pen, give me a new scene. Before the new scene, you are deploying security, so give me present security difficulty of 1.
I'll give you a threat just for the reroll.
Sure. To make sure they get there in a timely manner.
Would you allow team dynamics or strategy and tactics?
I'll take the first one for sure.
Hey, it's good strategy to make sure the asset is well ascertained.
It is, yeah. Either one does work. I presume you're gonna get this. I'm just gonna set it up. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, is there anything you wish to get from your bonus momentum? As security rapidly rushes to the transporter room. Or do you wish them to be armed in any special way? Or armored in any special way?
I wouldn't say armoured, but I want them to be able to... I'd like there to be 1 or 2 more people there, in case Mr. Grennan decides to become aggressive.
Okay.
And for them to calmly lead him to where he needs to be taken.
Do you have any security support you want to go with this group?
Well, considering I didn't. Yes, no, I can't send Kino now. I'll send Tachiban.
Why can't you send Kino?
Because I've activated 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had to use his quick to action so I could get Grennan on board extremely fast.
Yeah. New scene as we get to the transporter room.
Vesh. Tachban. Impeccable timing.
Tachiban and Vesh notice that Grennan is not dressed in a Starfleet uniform. He's dressed in a Qua uniform. You can see various pins of rank and status. He has on his hip a laser pistol and a sword. Although it looks like he isn't nearly as... Like in some of the briefings, they look very well dressed and well pressed and tailored and all that. This guy's been sitting in a thing for a day, so he kind of looks a little less worse for wear.
Mm-hmm.
But the face and the hair, the eyes, the voice, it's Grennan. What do Tachiban and Vesh do? And what does Grennan do, given that all of a sudden he's being greeted by a security detail?
I'll take over Tachiban in this scene again. Sir, if you'd come with me, the captain would like to see you.
Right, of course. Grennan will follow after.
Tachiban will like 2 of the security will step out, but Tachibana will like wave you out in front of him.
Oh, like you want the security to go ahead of him?
Yeah. Security's
He's
leading the
gonna-
way. Tachibana's following the Grennan.
Ah, like this.
Yeah. He's gracious about it, but
Grennan, Insight Security Difficulty 1?
Yeah. Yup. Oh, hang on.
Don't worry, you get 2 dice. Hey, you get your momentum. Yeah, you kind of clue in that this isn't the way a fleet captain's greeted. This is a way a captured or recovered person is greeted. You're being escorted under armed guard. In a very polite way, but you can read between the lines. You're being escorted.
It's okay. You know, I'm fine.
you'll have to be checked out before we can determine that, sir.
He breathes, looks down at the uniform he's wearing. Right. I suppose that's fair. Pen for you.
Exactly.
Well, lead the way.
We
Starfleet
arrive at a
leading
turbolift.
the way. Sorry.
I think when they get into the turbolift, like, I think this is kind of interesting, at least. But like the 2 security people go like back at the turbolift, and Tachibana goes at the front, but he does turn his back to Grennan. So he will be leading into the ready room.
And Grennan presses like the key for the door to ask for entrance.
I think Tachibana will actually be doing that.
Ah, okay.
He'll arrive slightly before you and buzz in.
Ends up.
Step inside, step off to the right, wave Grennan in. Mr. Grennan here for you, sir.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant and the rest of the security team, please enter for a moment.
Yes, sir. Step off to the side, very clearly at attention.
Mr. Grennan, I would ask for you to surrender your weapons to the security team.
I'm sorry, Mr. Grennan?
Please comply with the command.
Pen, what is this about?
Some of the security guards kind of rest their hands. They don't draw, but they kind of rest their hands on their phaser, waiting for the order, but they don't do it. They're getting nervous because you're not obeying the order.
Once you have disarmed Mr. Grennan, then I will explain the situation.
Okay, you better have a damn good explanation for this. And Grennan sets the pistol down on the table.
And the sword.
Do I have a sword?
Yeah, you have a sword on your belt.
Okay.
It's to the point that even when your character, like when it's pointed out to you, it is one of those like, huh? Oh, like it's like you for a second it was like an extension of yourself. Like obviously you have a sword. What do you mean obviously? Right, I don't have a sword.
Mr. Akira, can you take these items and both yourself and the security team please wait outside?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Grennan, please take a seat.
Mr. Grennan, you keep saying that.
Well, after this meeting we're having, you will be escorted down to medical for a complete scan down to the subatomic level to confirm that you are a clone of the actual Harmon Grennan aboard the Kismet, which has been scanned and confirmed.
I'm sorry. What?
We have been sent to collect a clone created by Irene Adler to make sure the real Grennan does not die.
I'm gonna take some momentum there. I'm gonna take 3 momentum, I think, because this is not a good roll for me. My worst roll.
A pen does not fuck around.
No.
No, he doesn't. I made it.
He did.
My orders.
You avoid a severity 3 illness. It's kind of a clone being told they're a clone is a very alienating feeling, and it's kind of creepy, but Sir Grennan is able to maintain his poise given the unusual circumstances.
My orders were to either retrieve yourself due to the knowledge you contain, or, if not possible, to eliminate the threat.
Eliminate the threat.
Article 14.
Right.
This was passed down by Rear Admiral or Vice Admiral Rufgar himself.
Of course. Why not? Great. Okay, so it's scanned, aren't I? All right.
So while on board, you will be escorted to wherever you need to go. But first, the medical scan, just to confirm what we already know. You will not have any access to command channels while on board. Understood?
Grennan narrows his eyes. Understood.
Yeah. Then, Tachibana?
Second light of the Epson.
Please escort Mr. Grennan with the team down to medbay to confirm scans. Once finished, confined to quarters for now.
Kind of hesitates for a second. Understood, Captain. This way, Mr. Grennan, please.
Grennan just nods.
In the back of your mind, you can almost feel a memory, not quite yours, of being annoyed not being addressed as Sir. You do have that title still. You weren't. It wasn't taken from you, but that is for a different service than Starfleet. And it's not like you took it voluntarily. Do you leave the room under guard once more?
Yes.
I mean, you can try and pick a fight and see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
The security team walks away, and you're left with your ready room and a mission complete.
I'll send a communique to the Vice Admiral. Yeah,
Message is received and acknowledged, and mission completion is acknowledged. You are to continue with your preceding orders.
Yep.
That is to say, the recall order.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, on the bridge it'll be confirm messaging with the Maxwell Planck meet up, transfer the big message, and return home.
All right. And with that, the Maxwell Planck and the Achilles return to the Shoshku system with a strange new small craft in storage, a clone in custody, and a fleet captain has been returned back as well under the care of the Kismet with much to work on. In the days to come, the new, hopefully, given the events of the other ships in the fleet, we will hear more about what happens to the Silk Road Initiative. But that is it for now, and that is the end of the episode.